I'm working on like my own short-term goals at the moment. You know what I mean? But I would also like to turn that into a podcast or show of some sort. I want to do like a book club, art gallery type of stuff, visit museums, things like that, visit sites, historical sites, you know, places that's local and some good sites to see. And you know what I mean? Talking about history, historical moments, visit some certain monuments, things like that. That's the type of podcast that I would build, you know?
Where bro, that'll fucking blow. You talking about where you going to historic sites and stuff and podcasting it on site?
Yeah, like going live and stuff. Like, yeah, like
You know
that'd be
what?
dope.
I would,
You had a whole team.
I would fund that for you. Like if you started a GoFundMe to start that podcast, I'll put the first 200 up in that joint, and then share that joint to get you doing that. That's gonna blow right there. Real talk. That's gonna blow, bro. Think about this, right? This man said, you know, all the sites we talk about, right? Just imagine him in Kukulkan at the Step Pyramids, Mesoamerica. That ain't nothing but like, dude, don't you know we less than a day away from Kukulkan? We probably a day away. We ain't.
So you could just drive down there?
Damn, bro, I never thought you gonna be driving a minute though. Cause you gotta go cross the border and all that, nigga. Nah, you don't wanna you don't wanna drive. But on a plane, we right there though. We right here by Kooks, cause a lot of niggas in America be like, I wanna go to Egypt. And I used to be one of them dudes. You finna take a plane way to the Middle East to Egypt, and when you get to Egypt, guess what? You're gonna be in a sandbox, dusty as hell. The pyramids in Egypt ain't that impressive to me, and guess what? They surrounded by fucking American shit like Outback Steakhouse, Walmart, McDonald's. Now, if you go to goddamn Mesoamerica, you literally in the jungle, isolated in a place of antiquity. It ain't urbanized. Now, when you venture out from that area, yeah, you're going to start getting into the city, the modern and shit. But in Egypt, you literally walk out of the pyramid into a goddamn Walgreens.
Mm.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. But it would have to be, I would have to take some time to raise the money. How much?
I still want
that would be like a cross country, like, you know what I mean? That would be so dope.
Guess what, bro?
You know, go to the joint in what, Georgia, and then the one in Ohio.
Let me tell you what you do. Take you a trip where you fund it yourself. Go somewhere. Go to the Himalayas somewhere. Go somewhere real crazy where niggas don't go, and then you fund that shit and make your first video. And then upload that and you put, if y'all want me to continue doing this, go to this GoFundMe and fund my next trip. Now, guess what? They gonna fund your next trip. You go there. You gonna have money left over from there, what you can pocket. This gonna be your employment. It's gonna start where you go there, you film it, boom, and you sit back in America and you say, hey, where y'all want me to go next? Fund my next trip. Where you want to see me at next? The people gonna pay for this shit the whole way. I see folks doing stuff like that, man.
Okay, yeah, I'm gonna take that down real quick. Yeah,
but you gonna have to do your first one out your pocket. But then that's gonna get them hooked. And everybody that watch, you gonna push the fuck out of that first video, right? You gonna promote that first video and you gonna make it go. That's your bread and butter. Everybody that liked that first video, they gonna see where it say, hey, fund my next one right here. Where you want to see me go next? Boom. Them shits there blow like that. Yeah.
Yes, sir. Okay.
What's good? What's good, everybody that's joined? Yeah, I'm just building with the brother Free Navi. He's shooting some fire ideas across the round table.
Yeah, it's gonna be fire, yo. Can't wait. Masterpiece here. What's up?
What's good, MP?
Yo, thanks for the shout outs. I appreciate that. I even, just because of all this, you know, like it seems like the Flat Earth is having like a little bit of a revival. And so because of this, and because of other things I wanted to do, I got like a little podcast setup studio or whatever. And I was just trying to figure it out, and I finally got it. And I got OBS, so I'm watching like YouTube tutorials how to work the OBS. And soon I'm going to be presenting like, you know, what's happening in the news, but putting that like critical eye on it. And then also like a lot of like vegan news. Like, did you know, I don't know if you knew this, but the Netherlands just banned meat advertisements. So you can't advertise meat anymore in the Netherlands. And I called this like 5 years ago. I called it.
That's crazy.
So I'm just gonna, I'm getting ready to gear up for that, and then on your Golden Wings media, and then other media platforms too, I'm gonna be cranking up. I saw you had a Monday Night Madness, and it was about it kind of spun into the plant-based eating, and it went crazy.
Do you remember that?
I remember that, yo. That was a trigger for people, man.
Bro, trigger them again. No, provoke them right now, MP. We want the smoke. Provoke the meat eaters right now, bro. Let's get it, bro. Yeah.
Well, basically, I mean, like, one thing is like a lot of people are trying to be spiritual, not realizing you can't be as spiritual as you could be if you're eating meat. Once your body's full of dead corpses, once you don't make your body a graveyard for other life forms, your spirituality opens up on a whole new level of consciousness.
And I believe that. And you know what? I eat meat, bro. And I love, and I ain't gonna lie, I was a vegan for damn near a year. And when I was a vegan, let me go into this, man, because this is important, right? When I was a vegan, y'all, don't make the mistake I made. See, when I was a vegan, I went around talking so much shit to all the meat eaters. I was on a vegan high horse, nigga. And I was like, you eat meat? Boy, I was going hard. I'm a vegan. Now my ass back eating meat. My brother right here, he said he's laughing because he remembered that shit. Guess what, nigga? And that's why my thing is this: when you become a vegan, be humble. Cause I told myself I never eat meat again. You know what I'm saying? Here I am now, back on meat and trying to get back to my veganism again. It's like when I stopped smoking cigarettes, right? I didn't want to be around cigarettes. Then couldn't stand the smell of them. But then when I get back on the cigarettes, and you was talking all that shit to the cigarette smokers. That's why I said, yeah, but just be humble with whatever you do, though. But yeah, go ahead, y'all.
Yo, bro, what's going on, man? You know you can't talk about, eating plant-based diet without talking to young Sabi.
Right up, baby. Salute Alkaline City in the house. Bombs dropping right now, baby. We got young Sabi in the house with the brother Masterpiece. Y'all niggas will make a fire duo. Drop a bomb. If y'all both just be on the health tip and nothing else. But yeah, go ahead. Salute to the panel, man.
What's good, Alkaline?
What's going on, Masterpiece? You know what I'm saying? I love what you're doing because people don't understand what you're doing because they think when they think about juicing, right? They think it's just about drinking a liquid, right? What they don't understand, and that's not what it is, right? This is how Dr. Sabi, right, went on a 30-day. He went on what's the Jesus fast? He did 40 days, 40 nights. You know what I'm saying? Him and Lisa Left Eye Lopez, and that was their fast, a 40-day, 40-night fast. And people say, well, he didn't eat for 40 days and 40 nights. Well, if you go through their fast, they went through a CMOS fast. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. And CMOS was their diet. And what they did was they juiced CMOS, So they were turning CMOS into a drink, which is like Bob Marley's favorite drink is called CMOS Punch, which is basically coconut milk, CMOS, agave, for sweetener, and that's it. You know what I'm saying? That's sea moss punch.
Yo, let me say something, Alkaline. I don't want to cut you short because you cooking already, but I just thought about something. You know, a lot of people were saying I tried Dr. Sebi's medicine, but it didn't work for me. It didn't work for me, and it wasn't a lot of people, but it was a few people, right? And I just wanted to say this. If you ever bought any of Dr. Sebi products, it ain't going to work if you're not juicing when you do it. You got to be juicing for 6 months on his shit, right?
No, that's not what it is, right? In order for Dr. Sebi's products to work, right, you can't just buy his product, right? His product is an alkaline product, right? Alkaline means that you're turning your body from an acid-based to an electric-based. Acid is acidity. Acidity is death. Acidity, every disease is acid.
But so listen, you right, but I heard that when you buy any of like Sebi's detoxes or cleansing things, you can't eat solids for like a few months. You gotta be juicing during that time.
No, hold on for a second. What you have to do is you have to eat natural foods. There's only 3 types of foods in the world. You have hybridized foods, you have genetically modified foods, and you have natural foods, right? The genetically modified foods and the hybridized foods are the acidic foods. These are the foods that give you disease, okay? So when you're eating these type of foods, these are the foods that are compromising your cells. So when you're eating Dr. Sebi's products, it's a product to relieve the mucus or the acidity from the cell. So if you're eating acid-based foods, hybridized, if you're eating hybridized foods or genetically modified foods and you're bringing acid in your body, but you're taking a product to relieve the acid, you know, it's a compromise. You know, you're bringing in acid, then you're relieving it. You're bringing it in, then you're relieving it. It's fluctuating. You're not making it work. In order for it to work, you have to have 100% natural products in your body. Or every vegetable.
Let me also touch on that.
Yeah, I'll give it to you. Yeah, I'll give it to you right now. I'm just gonna land right now. Every product you have to eat has to be 100% natural. 100% natural is what feeds your cell. It's an alkaline mineral. So when you add this alkaline mineral to your body, that's what Dr. Sebi's product is. It's an alkaline mineral. It's adding another alkaline mineral to your cell. It's feeding your cell. That's why it's called cell food. You know, you want to feed your cell. You don't want to defeat your cell. And that's what it does when you're adding compromised, genetically modified foods and hybridized foods into your body. The acid is killing your cell, and then the natural food is feeding your cell. You want to always feed your cell. When you feed your cell, it feeds your mitochondria. Your mitochondria has a combustion of electricity, and that's what goes out to your organ and gives your body life. But you go ahead, Master Pace.
Boy, you just lie like a mother.
Hold up.
Our body's made of deoxyribonucleic acid. That's DNA, and that is an acid structure because it's made out of amino acids. Also, but what we need to start breaking down those acidic foods is alkaline, like Alkaline City said. So, like, our saliva is in the best state when it is alkaline. Our lymphatic system is best when it's in an alkaline state. But the reason why I think that people say that they're not healing or feeling the healing effects is because they like maybe 1 tub of Dr. Sebi's cell food products, and then they maybe have it every Monday or twice a week. They should be loading up on it. If you can get full, people expect to get full off of, like, you know, fast food and potatoes and fried stuff. And then they say, you know what, I want to cleanse. And they'll have like a couple teaspoons here and there of Dr. Sebi stuff. When really you got to be guzzling down that bladder rack and sea moss. You got to be taking it in high amounts.
But hold on, Master Pace. It takes 30 days in order for this to work. So you have to go on an alkaline diet for 30 days straight. in order for this.
Well, I believe that definitely we should be cleansing for much, like you said, whole foods, natural fruits, juicing, water fast, like you said, the 40 days, 40 nights. These are all good ways to let your lymphatic system actually have a chance to get all the waste accumulated, because the lymphatic system is the sewer. It's basically
we don't do a water fast,
so that the blood can.
We don't do a water fast every
coconut
day.
Water fast.
No. What it is every day our bodies diminish 1 gallon of water. So our bodies automatically dehydrate and diminish 1 gallon of water. So what we have to do is we have to rehydrate the 1 gallon of water and replenish the 1 gallon of water that our bodies diminish. That's why we're supposed to drink 1 gallon of water per day. And the only water
that's true.
The only water that feeds our cells is a natural water, and the only water that is natural is spring water. So when you
spring water or actually fruit water, because what we're looking for.
fruit water, which is exactly.
Yeah, what we're looking for is a chemical compound called H3O2, which is 3 hydrogens and 2 oxygens, and the only thing that has that is fruit water, like coconuts, grapes, oranges, and all that. So that's why juicing cucumber, definitely cucumber's number 1.
Yeah, but that's why I say
water.
That's what.
Well, can I ask y'all brothers a question?
No, but hold on for a second, Madon, because me and Master Pace is going back and forth. That's what I was trying to say, man. Yeah, you got it, Madon. But Master Pace, what I was trying to say was, when it comes to juicing, what you're doing, that's why I respect it, because what people don't understand, it's not just you drinking a liquid, it's food, it's cell food. So you're feeding your cells. Some of the foods I don't agree with that you do, because it's compromised. I know you do beet. I know you do like turmeric, and those are hybridized foods. Those are acidic based. Those are not indigenous to this earth. So those are compromised in laboratories. And I know you do honey and stuff like that.
No, I do not do honey. I don't know where you're getting this information. I don't know if you've looked on my website.
No. I saw you on a presentation with Bro Sanchez, and you said it was
no honey. No honey.
So you do agave. You do agave.
No, we don't do any. I mean, like me in my personal diet, I eat maple syrup, which is definitely an approved
syrup, which is compromised. It's high.
No, it's not actually. The maple trees, the maple trees.
Do you know how they extract the maple syrup from the tree?
Yeah, they tap it and then they cook it.
No, but there's the boil
it to get the water moisture out and to bring out the sweetness.
Yes.
Maple syrup is on Dr. Sebi's list of approved foods. But I want to let people know here that there's a brother out there teaching called Yaki. I don't know if you've heard of him. You probably have. YakiAwakened.com. Go check out his stuff.
I know what you're talking about.
I know you know what I'm talking about, because when you wanted to come in, I know that you wanted to come in on certain topics. Now, so peace to Yaki. What I wanted to say about that is that he's actually taking Dr. Sebi's work to the laboratories in a way that Dr. Sebi couldn't. Dr. Sebi is foundational in everything that he's doing. Even that other author that wrote the Mucusless Diet, which I got that book.
That's Arnold Ehret. That's Arnold Ehret. Arnold
Ehret.
He's the creator of the Mucusless Diet. He's the creator.
I know that. Yo, hold on. Let me land my plane right quick. I'll hit you guys back. Let me just land this plane. So Yaki is actually taking Dr. Sebi's work and is bringing it into the lab, because he has access to a lab. And what he's doing is he's able to cook down with hydrochloric acid all of these, like say pumpkins, broccolis, beets, and all that into a lab, and he's measuring the ash. Now, once you boil any kind of fruit or vegetable or substance down to their base ash, then you can then measure what the alkalinity is of that. You see, a lot of the things that we eat, like pineapples, oranges, are acidic. But once they're introduced to the body and boiled down to their ass after the whole hydrochloric acidic process takes place in the stomach, then we can see whether or not it is acid forming or alkaline forming.
Well, let me explain something to you.
Hold on. Let me land my plane. Please don't cut me up. So what he said was he knows that like there's hybrid fruits like pineapple, which Dr. Sebi said to stay away from, and also like beets and broccoli. But yaqui is actually healing a lot of people from untreatable diseases. Well, so they say, by using these fruits and vegetables, because he's bringing it to the lab.
Now let me explain something. Hold on. We going back. After I land,
we gotta let somebody else.
No. After I get back to you, we gonna let everybody can take it. But what I'm saying about the maple tree is right. When, like you said, they tap the maple, right? So once they tap the maple, like you said, and they bring it to this boiling process. Do you know what that boiling process is called? It's called pasteurization. Okay. When you go, listen, hold on for a second. Don't cut me off. It's called pasteurization. Pasteurization is called a high heat extrusion process. A high heat extrusion process means it's a heat that they bring the substance to it, that the boiling point demineralizes the substance. That's why when you look at certain orange juices, certain milks, certain substances, it all says pasteurized, okay? It doesn't say non-pasteurized. And maple syrup, when you see it says pasteurized. All of it, you ain't gonna get a non-pasteurized maple syrup because this all has, the FDA has it approved that in order for it to go onto market, it has to be pasteurized at a high heat extrusion process. So that's one, right? Number two is when it comes to a hybridized fruit or vegetable, this is the reason it would alkaline your body. The reason it's a hybridized fruit or vegetable is because when they make this seed, right? In order for them to make the seed, like if they had a strawberry seed and they had a blueberry seed and they put them in a plant, they would just grow a strawberry and a blueberry plant. In order for it to, a strawberry plant would grow separate, a blueberry plant would grow separate. In order for it to mutate into one plant, they have to add starch to the soil. When they add starch to the soil, that's the binder. Once the seeds bind into one seed and mutate and they grow this new plant, that strawberry blueberry plant, that's a hybridized plant. That's no longer a natural.
I'm gonna have to disagree with you. Hold on, because there's something called you can actually grab.
Stop, everybody. Stop. No. Stop.
You got it, bro.
Hold on. Let me do something real quick. Hey, Madon and everybody else, salutes to y'all. Welcome for joining. I don't want nobody else really interjecting with these two brothers because these two brothers, man, I respect both of them. I think they're going to do a respectful little back and forth, but if anybody else getting in it, it can make it more chaotic. So let Masterpiece respond. Let Alkaline respond. Let them go. The people learning either way it go from their smoke, from their agreement and all that. I respect both of these guys. Go ahead.
Yeah. Yes, now, if you listen to what Dr. Sebi was saying, he had in his lectures, people asked him, well, what if you cook the food? Dr. Sebi said, if it's a God-made food, if it's natural to the earth, it doesn't matter what you cook it. If you go to the Usha village and you see the dinners, they have cooked callaloo, cooked potatoes that are natural to the earth. Hold on. And then, so if you cook something, you're essentially pasteurizing it. Now, you can get maple water that is straight from the maple tree without it being cooked. I've had it. You can also have birch water from the birch trees. Now, once you cook it, what you're basically doing is like you are what's that word when you're thickening something? You're like when you put wine, when you cook with wine, you're reducing it. So basically, if you're cooking with red wine, you put it on the pan, it starts to bubble up and it releases the water. It cooks the water out of it, and then you end up with like a thicker red wine reduction. That's what they call a red wine reduction. Now, basically, if you take the birch water or the maple water, which is God-made, we didn't hybridize these trees because the birch tree you can get it from maple trees, you can get it from the sap of cedars and other spruces, and but once you cook it, it intensifies the sweetness of it. You're taking out the water.
Let me ask you something, right? Let me ask you something, Masterpiece. No, I'm just going to ask you a question.
Save your question. Hold on. So, like Dr. Sebi said, that if it's natural, you're still going to be getting the minerals. And that is exactly why when you look at Dr. Sebi's pamphlet, I actually have it at home because I've actually ordered his products. And it says that maple syrup is suitable as a sweetener, and he recommends it for his bladder rack and CMOS product. Now, for the hybridization, what you're saying, that's not that's not the only way.
Hold on. Let me ask you a question now. Let me ask you a question, right? Check this out, right?
Yeah.
So now let's go into what you're saying, right? So are you tapping your own maple trees and are you tapping your own birch?
Well, we have farms that I live in Canada.
No, I'm not saying that. I'm not saying that.
We have farms that we go to the trees.
I'm not saying that.
Hold on, and then you're able to get your own tap, hammer it in.
I'm not saying that. I'm not saying that. I'm saying
and it comes out.
I'm saying, is that what you're doing? Do you think?
I don't have trees in my backyard.
All right, so let me explain something to you, right? The average person don't have maple trees around them, so the average person ain't going around and tapping trees. So the average person is not going to get, this alkaline maple syrup that you're talking about, which is actually right, because on Dr. Sebi's nutritional guide, which you ever heard of Dr. Sebi's nutritional guide?
I have the physical pamphlet from it. I told you I ordered his products and they sent that to me.
Okay, so all right, yeah. So you have Dr. Sebi.
So we're not even arguing, really. We're not
arguing. No, we're on agreement.
Yeah.
Me and you, trust me, we're on the same page. But what I'm saying is, on Dr. Sebi's nutritional guide, right? It explains, right? It explains to you. It says, let's go to oils. It'll say you can use hemp seed oil, avocado oil, grapeseed oil, and sesame oil. It also says you can also use coconut oil and olive oil, right? But it says coconut oil and olive oil do not cook.
Do not cook it. That's because the smoke point is too low. Hold on for a
second. The smoke point is the pasteurization of the oils. Now let me explain something to you.
No, it's not.
Hold on for a second. Hold on.
Wait, one minute. When you say pasteurize, you're talking about taking a product that would essentially spoil if it was on the shelf for too long, and you're cooking it to take out the live bacteria that is inherent in the food. But when you're talking about oil, once you extract that oil, the oil itself, that will last you.
It's a different composition.
Hold on, olive oil, extra virgin olive oil will last you for decades and decades if it's in a dark container and sealed right, because you don't need to cook it. You've already extracted the oil. There's no oxygen in the oil, so the bacteria can't proliferate. So when you cook it to the smoking point, you're actually breaking down the molecular structure to the point where the body doesn't realize it no more, and that's when it becomes a carcinogen.
Yes, that's what happens. Not to a smoke point. Basically, once there's a bit of heat to it, and even prior to a smoke point, it's going to toxinate. It's going to become a carcinogen. You're absolutely right. But what I'm saying is, you said that Dr. Sebi doesn't say that certain things you can't heat up, and it's gonna. I'm not saying, and I just compared it to a pasteurization because a pasteurization does the same thing. Like you said, it cleans out the mineral out of whatever it's cleaning out the mineral of whatever
it's taking out the live bacteria so that it doesn't spoil the product.
It's not only the live bacteria because the mineral is the bacteria. So you got to understand.
No. Hold on. When you're talking about vitamins and then minerals can be like something like calcium, potassium,
Let me explain something to you. Give me 2 seconds.
Wait a second. But there's vitamins.
I gave you the floor. Just give me 1 second. Let me explain something to you right now. Do you know what feeds a cell? I'm asking you a question.
Hold on.
No. Just ask me. No, trust me. We're not battling. But do you know what feeds a cell?
It's a multitude of things that feed the cell.
No. There's not a multitude of things.
Complex.
Listen, there's not a multitude of things. There's only one. There's there's not. Hold on for a second. Listen.
Potassium feeds the cell.
Listen. Do you know what feeds a cell? There's only one thing that feeds a cell.
That's oversimplifying the body, my
No,
friend.
there's not. No, there's not. Because if you're in an alkaline community and anybody who studies Dr. Sabi in an alkaline diet knows what feeds a cell. So do you know what feeds a cell? If you could say just yes or no. Yes or no.
Yes, I do.
Okay, and what feeds a cell? There's
protein feeds the cells, man.
No.
Water
There's
in
only
the
one
form
thing.
of
It's oxygen.
Water in the
No.
form of H3O2 feeds a cell, which is 3 hydrogens and 2 oxygens.
Okay, so this is one thing that you're saying. This is what feeds a cell.
No, I'm saying that I told you before you said that. There's plenty of things.
No. All right, so look, I'll simplify it for you. There's only one thing that feeds a cell, and it's called. You want to know what it's called? It's called a natural mineral. Natural mineral. Do you know what a natural mineral is?
Of course, I know what a natural
All right,
mineral is.
listen. There's only 2 types of minerals in the world. Do you know that, right? There's only 2 types of minerals in the world, right?
How can you say that, brother?
Listen, hold on for a second. I'm asking you a question. I'm asking you a question.
Yo,
Listen,
hold on.
listen, I'm asking you a brother.
When the body is
Hold on. Everybody, I gotta mute everybody. Hold up, stop a second. Hey, Masterpiece, I'm gonna turn your video off for 1 minute, cause you freezing. Man, let me do something real quick for Masterpiece. He froze. See, I know how to unfreeze y'all. This is called the thaw button. I'm gonna thaw you out when you freeze. See what I'm doing now? When he come back, he gonna be unfroze. Now listen, I'm gonna be honest with you, man. Alkaline, my nigga. Masterpiece, my nigga. You know what's crazy? Both of these dudes know some shit when it comes to human health and eating and all that. But ego is what we seeing now, y'all. Because these 2 niggas together, if he just spit what he know and he spit what he know, then that'll be fire. But see, when it go to challenging each other like that, I knew it'll probably go there, but I wanted y'all to see that's one of the problems right there what I have when I try to make y'all like this classic content. You know, hey, you got to deal with the ego, like it or love it. So I'm going to just let the brothers go, man. Go ahead, y'all.
Hey, bro.
Yeah, I got a question.
Masterpiece, I'm going to give it to you right now. I'm going to give it to you right now. Go ahead. Okay, you can.
I love respect.
Turn your video off, Masterpiece. Turn your video off. It's making your audio choppy. You turn your camera off. You're gonna make your audio better. He froze, man. Let me baptize him one time.
Yeah, let him come back in. So, bro,
Yeah, should have been shot that plane down.
Look. I'm gonna pick it up from here, right?
Cause let me ask you a question, Alkaline. I got a question, bro.
All right, go ahead, man. Go ahead, Madonna.
All right, just about this quick question. You know I'm short-winded. Okay, y'all saying all this, right? I agree with a lot what y'all was saying. But my point is this, right? Y'all talk about all these foods.
We gotta let Masterpiece get the mic when he come back, y'all.
Yes, sir. Masterpiece.
When you look at the people in Colombia, they cook their food. I'm talking about the people who still using natural ways of cooking and using food and gathering, hunting and gathering. So when you look at all these people like Sanchez talk about in the jungle, they still cooking their food. They doing all these things. A lot of people saying we shouldn't do. So why are they doing this? And they got a damn near clean bill of health, but we suffer from all these problems.
Now let me explain.
I know the problem, but go ahead.
Now let me explain something to you, Madon. A lot of these people, like people say, well, the indigenous people, a lot of them, you know, they ate meat and they ate this and they ate that. But when you look at these tribes that ate these things, they all suffer from certain diseases, smallpox, malaria, you know, all of these bad diseases that you never see in the United States that our vaccines keep us away from. So when you eat natural foods, right, and these diseases, right, it doesn't come from them living in the jungles. It comes from the compromise of them eating a poor diet, okay? The reason in the jungles, a lot of these tribes, they eat meat is because they don't have the resources are scarce. Back in the days, you know, fruits and vegetables flourished throughout the jungles. Nowadays, you could barely, see a apple on a tree or something like that. So these tribes right now, they have a scarce amount of food to eat. So they're going out and they're hunting, and they're becoming scavengers. And what happens is, why meat is poison? When you eat meat, it goes into your system and it goes into your blood. When it goes into your blood, it turns into something called uric acid. Uric acid is basically spoiled filtration or spoiled waste. What happens is when the meat goes into your small intestine, when you eat it, it takes 24 to 48 hours for its first digestion before it passes into the large intestine. So once it goes into its 48-hour spoiling into your body, the meat is already fermenting. It's already turned, when something is fermenting, it means it's spoiling. So if you left meat outside in a playground, or
I'm gonna tell you something, bro.
Go ahead, bro.
I see you cooking right now, bro. And what I don't like about my brother Alkaline, see, this nigga can cook long as it ain't nobody else around that know knowledge like him on the food shit. See, if Master Peace get on here and cook with him, he's gonna challenge Master Peace. I know that about Alkaline, but go ahead, bro. Go ahead.
No, what I was saying is, bro, like, let's say if you had a piece of meat and you left it out on the ground overnight, go back the next day and look at that meat. That meat is going to be green, yellow. There's going to be flies around it. It's spoiling. That's within
that's common. That's common knowledge.
No, listen.
Hey,
that's
let me ask you a question.
Listen, that's within a 12. That's within a 12-hour period. Imagine the same thing it's doing on that ground outside. It's doing in your body, and it takes a 72-hour period before it actually starts to disintegrate. Right. So, but
let me ask you, do you know how?
But that's only if the meat is raw. There's a difference.
No. This is not. This is not
gladiators. You know how these gladiator men and these men came about, bro? You talk about not eating meat. So the problem ain't a lot of the meat. It's the problem of the new corporate colonizers, the way they process the food. See, the ancient world.
No. Wait a minute, Alkaline. You gotta let Madon say whatever he want now without being interrupted, because you cook, my brother. Because look, I'm on your side, Alkaline. I'm against the meat eating, even though I eat meat. But I will say that I know what Madon about to hit you with, because I know Madon, and he's still finna hit you with something that's gonna make you have to think. Watch this. Madon, unmute your mic. Guess what you about to hit him with? How all of like our great grandfathers and shit ate meat, but they lived to be 100 and shit like that. And how like, see what I'm saying? That's a hard one to argue there.
Bro, no, bro.
Sanchez, and at the same time, Sanchez, when we look at these warrior men, I mean, we know every culture had warrior men, gladiator men. I mean, these men are big, swole, solid. And that wasn't just from eating no goddamn plants. They weren't just eating plants. They was eating meat, but the animals was eating like grass that didn't have chemtrail falling out from rain and all these things. So let me explain something to you again. Listen, let me explain something to you again. I think it went way over your head before when I said this. That's what happens when I say things. I say so much that it goes over people's heads and they don't really understand. That's why when I used to have my YouTube channel, I used to double up on everything I said, and people used to be like, oh shit, because the first time they didn't get it. But now you're gonna get it when I say it again, right? Well, you want to go into back in those days, the meat was different. You didn't have the genetically modified meat. You didn't have all these steroids, these RBGH hormones, and all of these things that were compromising the chicken itself, or the beef itself, or the fish itself, where you got all these compromises that's automatic. All of these distribution companies that come from big beef, big fish, big chicken, all of these production manufacturing companies, which are owned by big conglomerate and big business, right? They all have all of these meats that are farmed from these companies that are coming in, that are getting FDA approved, all stamped and steroided. So they're automatically, even if they say it's grass fed or whatever like that, they fed it grass, but they steroided it when it was a fetus and it came into becoming
you know, a little baby, you know, chicken or fish or whatever it is, a cow or whatever. That's one. So it's automatically steroided. So that's why the meat is different. That's why they weren't getting the cancers that we're getting now.
Okay, so it seems that eating meat is not really the problem. The problem is with the corporations who's putting out poisons.
That's one.
Well, actually,
hold on, no. Y'all gotta let Master. Wait, stop. Let Masterpiece get in, and we'll pass it around. Y'all got a dialogue.
Okay,
go ahead.
Sorry guys, it's just I'm like out of town. I'm going to my sister's birthday party and all that. So
we can hear you a lot better now. Just keep your camera off.
Yeah, I'm in a dead zone and stuff like that. So I'm out in the boonies right now visiting my sister. So I mean, I guess I had opened up the can of worms again. So that's cool. I love it when we have these passionate debates. I won't be able to stay for the debate or not even debates, just a discussion about it because like as I said, I'm already late for my sister's birthday party. But so basically, look, I just wanted to enlighten everybody to the fact that Yaki Awakened, he's a great brother who's taken Dr. Sebi's steps a lot further. He's taken it to labs, and he has thousands of healing testimonies. And just before I go out, about the flesh diet, having the flesh in our bodies, you know, a real carnivore has a very short intestinal tract that is able to excrete the poisonous flesh out of its body. The only thing that it really wants is the blood, because that's where the phytonutrients from the grasses came. And if you look at like whales and like say killer whales and other things that are carnivorous, they only eat the livers, the organs of it, because that's what's actually taking the plant matter and converting it over. It's not the muscles. You'll never see a lion or lionesses eating like the leg muscles, the arm muscles. They want the innards of the animal. That's why when you find a dead carcass that's been eaten, the whole inside is a concave like chest, like the heart's gone, the lungs are gone, the gallbladder's gone, the intestines and kidneys. They don't eat the actual flesh. We are the only ones that actually eat the flesh, and it's completely toxic to our bodies. It has to be a carcinogen because you have to cook it. Nobody's eating it raw. Our teeth and our jaws aren't strong enough to actually bite through animals' fur and their skin, because they have really thick skin. So it's just like, Brother Sanchez, like we started this conversation off and you were saying that you're back on the meat, and I'm just going to back out now because I'm already late for my sister's birthday. But I hope that you can gradually get off the meat, knowing that it's not doing anything good for your body, man. I used to do a lot of things that were bad for my body, and it's just a cold turkey thing. It doesn't really work as well as, you know, just taking the chicken out, take the fish out the next month, take the red meat out the next month. You know, it's different for everybody. I'm sure Alkaline City, I'm sure the way he got to his pristine point was slowly and surely, you know what I mean? And if maybe it was cold turkey overnight. But no, I do not use honey. I do not use any sort of animal product or anything like that. Go check out Yaki, Yahki. He's on Facebook and Instagram, and he's healing thousands of people. So yeah, I just want to say that. And Bro Sanchez, thank you so much for having me on your panel
today.
Salute,
everybody else. Yes, sir.
Hey, yes, Alkaline City, salute. Keep on fighting the good fight, brother, and let everybody know.
We're going to talk, and we're going to do this. We're going to do this again.
Hell
Don't
yeah.
worry.
Hell yeah, we will, brother.
I gotta get back. Yep, now I'm gonna get back to Madan again. So Madan.
Yeah, Madan. Salute, Madan. Salute, man. Good to see you, brother. I love you, man.
No doubt. Salute, Master P.
I want to pick up where Master Ace is talking. I want to.
Yeah, brother. I will, man. Thanks, man. Peace, Bro Sanchez.
Yo. Wait a minute, everybody. I gotta pass the mic around. I got a lot of people on the call, right? And today is Saturday Smoke Roundtable debates and discussions, right? For this first couple of hour we've been dealing with the veganism, meat eating. Let's see what other brothers want to bring to the table real fast. Salutes to OTW News. He's been waiting in the cut for a minute. Salutes to Alkaline Masterpiece for that spar right there. Let's let some other brothers pass it around. Let's get everybody in like we do on our round tables, and we can hop back and forth. So let's do that. Salutes.
Yeah, hey, bro. Yep, yep. Let everybody get the mic off, and y'all appreciate the time too. You know what I'm saying? It was a good spot. Yo, salutes, Madon. You already know what it is, and yo, I'm gonna get up with you guys again too. Peace.
Okay, for sure. That's what's good.
Yo, what's up? Nice meeting y'all. And
Nice
great
meeting
conversation. Yeah, I was a vegetarian when I had my spiritual awakening. I decided that was 5 years ago in 2017, and boom, I turned vegetarian, quit smoking cigarettes, quit smoking reefer and everything. I just quit everything. And, I've been on that diet ever since, except I did like Bro Sanchez, and I started eventually I was working in this pizza place, and I started eating pizza again. But anyway, but I've actually started up the diet again. It's been 11 days. So, I actually know a lot about what you guys are talking about now, as really actually happy to see that everybody, that here knows about this stuff. And, it's around where I'm from, nobody knows about this stuff. You keep telling them what they should be buying. And it's like, I was wondering if you guys knew, let's say you go to the grocery store and you want to buy some, organic food. I mean, do you know how to recognize that food? And I was just wondering if anybody knew how, and because I know how, and I was just wondering if maybe you wanted to have some insight on that. I could explain how that works.
I'm gonna let you do that. But one of the big I got a poll up right now, OTW, and I'm glad that you was honest. You said, hey, I did what you did, Sanchez. I had a vegan diet, then I slipped back and got back on pizza again, right? Because one thing because I think we need to deal with that, because a lot of times when we become vegans and stuff, we can get, we want to be proud of ourselves. But I think that we should, this may sound crazy, don't really get too proud of yourself for stop eating meat, because this is what I'm saying. Why? Because luckily, OTW didn't do what I did. I was out here priding myself like, look, man, I'm a vegan, and you know how. And look, my thing is, I got a poll up, right? Somebody in the chat said, you eat meat, Brother Sanchez. How can you be against meat eating? And I think that mentality is why a lot of people have trouble with becoming vegans, because they need to look at it like anything else, OTW. When I learned how to ride a bike, I'm going to fall a couple of times when I ride that bike. So, but these guys think like, when I become a vegan, I got to really be ready, because if I'm not ready, then I'm going to be a hypocrite. I'm going to eat meat. Don't look at it that way. Look at it as a lifestyle you trying to practice into, like working out or anything else. You ain't gonna that's the mistake I made,
Well, you know what I try to do when I try to tell somebody about meat? I don't really try to tell them to stop eating meat. I usually refer to fasting, which is less aggressive, and I try to refer more to not eating at all. It's like it's a little bit easier, and you don't have to convince anybody of either eat meat, vegetables, fruits, or whatever. Everybody has their choice to eat whatever they want, and we can all give our own personal opinions based on our experiences. But it's still, you can bring the horse to the water, but you can't force him to drink, right? So it's just that journey that you have to go upon. And I was, when I was a vegan, I never actually went like meat eater bashing. I never approved that. I always believe it's like our own personal choice, and it's also our own personal journey. So, and there's another factor to meat that I never hear people talk about. It's like they're talking about the nutritional factors, about the eat, but nobody ever thinks about what the animal goes through before it dies, the emotional, the spiritual aspect of it. All right. When they say you are what you eat, well, let's say that animal was brutally killed, and all the animals before that, let's say beef. All right. They see the other animal get killed, or they know that they're going to their death. They're going through anguish, anxiety, all kinds of things. Before you die, any being goes through these emotional and releases all kinds of chemicals in our brains, and this invades our body. All these things go through the animal system and into that meat, and then we ingest that meat. And so if you guys think that that doesn't affect our emotional side of our humanity, then you're deeply mistaking yourself, because obviously if you go through anguish, if you go through anxiety, if you go all through and you're a meat eater, you're gonna have to think twice about what's going on, not just the nutritional factors, but the spiritual and emotional factors that come with that. It's not just one side of the coin. There are many sides of that spinning coin. So I'll land it there. Hello?
Yeah, we can still hear you. I'm not sure if Sanchez stepped away, but so let me ask you a question. So do you think, because we still see different cultures that eat meat and plants and all these other things, not to say that make it right, but we do see how it does make life lucrative. So my question I want to ask you, do you think that, because I go by the scriptures, and the scriptures tell us not to eat certain things. So my thing is, do you think the meat is the problem, or do you think what the corporations and these other people doing to the soil and spreading through the skies is causing the problems?
I think the whole issue is all of us not taking care of ourselves and blaming it on others. We are the ones that are responsible for our own beings. I mean, how can you just spend your time blaming the elites and blaming this and blaming that? The only person you should blame is yourself. You're the ones freaking going to the grocery store and buying the poison and poisoning yourself.
At this point, I gotta agree. I mean, and I gotta put in front of that at this point. You know what I'm saying? Because everybody, even the dumb folks, know that the food, they should be questioning like the food GMO shit and all that. Like some things that was used to be just in a realm of tinfoil hat world, it's just no, everybody know that now. You know what I'm saying? So cool. Yeah.
Hey, Grand Rising, Brother Sanchez. Much love to everybody. Real quick, like the chemicals that they put in most of their products, you know, is what's causing the cancerous cells or the things. Like our hair would be a lot stronger if we didn't use those chemicals, like shampoos, greases. They take away the strength. And we found like a lot of these products, they make toothpaste, deodorant, they put negative stuff in it. So a lot of that stuff, it's no different than the meats and the vegetables. But y'all got it. Much respect to everybody.
No, but it is in everything, you know, and like Alkaline was saying,
it's in everything.
Yeah. So, I mean, these guys are really smart because you know what? They know how to take care of their own health. And the fact that they're spreading the information of their knowledge is even, you know, I commend that. But it doesn't change the fact that you can bring the horse to the lake, but doesn't mean he's going to drink the water. So, I mean, it's all up to our individual persons to own up to our own health and research the information. I mean, it's nobody's going to take your hand and bring you to that book or to that video or to that person who has that knowledge. Or you understand, you're going to have to own up to your own responsibilities of taking care of your own being and researching that information for yourself. If you're lucky enough to fall upon a video on YouTube where you have geniuses like Alkaline and Masterpiece who are spewing out bombs and gems, and you were, you know, fortunate enough to participate and see that, well, good for you, because it's up to you after that to take the information and go research it for yourself and find the best diet for you.
Gotta save your own. So,
right. Hey, let me say something, guys. So I get this argument a lot when we deal with veganism. Plant scream. If you put, you know, there's these meat-eating YouTube channels, right? They will put the computer. It's like these very expensive microphones that can let you hear into the dog spectrum and all these little inaudible sounds, right? And they will put it next to a plant and cut the plant, and you will hear, they can show you the plant screaming, right? So they say that people who pushing veganism, they're they're still eating a plant, and eating a plant is no different than eating an animal because it's screaming like an animal. Now I wanna make a rebuttal to that real quick if y'all don't mind. So my rebuttal to that is, let's deal with nature, right? If nature didn't want me to eat plants based upon them screaming, she would make their screams audible to the human ear. You feel me? Because think about it. If I'm about to chop a dog up, the dog gonna scream. Nature want my human ear to hear the dog scream. When I chop up a tomato, it's inaudible. If nature didn't want me to eat that tomato, right? Nature will make me hear the scream audibly like the dog so it can trigger my consciousness. But that don't happen. So that's my argument against that. If you want to use nature and all that, nature ain't expect for you to have a machine to hear the plant and all that. She thought you was just gonna pick the apple and bite the motherfucker. But she didn't want you to eat the animals though. That's why she made them audible without the instrument that you using.
Well, Sanchez, what would you say to the people that say when they hit the pig in the head with the sledgehammer, the pig don't say nothing sometimes, or when they shoot the deer with the gun, the deer don't make no sound? What would you say to those people?
I would say they're a goddamn lie. Madon, because check this out, Madon. Madon, do you think I'm going to hit you in the head with a sledgehammer or an axe and you still living, but you ain't going to make no noise? You just like, is your shit leaking out?
Depending on how hard they hit it, it's inaudible, but for the most part,
no,
it is.
That's false, bro. That's false. That is a big, fat lie. Let me ask you a question, Madon.
Go ahead.
Have you ever killed a mammal?
Yeah, plenty of times.
How big was the mammal? What kind of animal?
I've killed deer. I've killed wild hogs down here in Alabama. You know, I've been raised to do that.
So cool. I'm talking to a Bama boy. I shouldn't even ask you that. So my thing is this. All of that shit you killed, didn't make a noise, Madon?
Sometimes when I shot certain deer, depending on what kind of gun I used to shoot it with, that didn't make no sound. It just dropped.
Right, because it's an instant death. That don't count, though. I'm talking about you fucking get ready to hit, like you said, you finna hit this shit in the head with the axe to skin it. Boom! Bitch, you finna cut it open, it's still alive. That shit don't make a noise, Madon.
Yeah, most definitely.
Right.
But you know, so, but I was being that devil's advocate because you got some people out here to say, well, certain animals, when you kill it, don't make a sound either. You know, I was just doing that for the other side of the argument.
But the whole point is using sound as your argument ain't a good thing. Because it's like you saying, whatever scream, I ain't gonna fuck with it. But if it don't scream, I can get it. That mean that's the same mentality of a dude that's saying, I took the pussy because she didn't say no, but she didn't say yeah neither.
I feel, well, now I was just saying that because you said plants are inaudible. And, you know, you have some jokers out here that'll say some animals are inaudible when you kill them, you know.
And you got some rapists that'll say, well, the woman didn't say nothing. She didn't say nothing, Your Honor. But my whole point of that is do unto others as you have them do unto you. See,
so I guess it doesn't count for fish, right?
Hey, let me say this though. But the plant form of defense is unaudible. So, like, if a plant or a vegetable was to harm us, it wouldn't make a noise. And the form of defense for the animal is so that it can make a noise.
In order for the plant to reproduce, it has to be eaten. The seed got to get planted.
Go. That was a point.
In order for the animal to reproduce, you can't eat that.
There you go.
That
right there was the dagger to the whole debate, for real, for real.
Yeah, I got one thing, right? And
so why is this poison, right? Poison ivy or poison oak?
Well, look, here's the thing, though. Look, here's the thing. If you eat a puffer fish, you would die more violently than if you ate a poison ivy plant. So for you to try to use, well, some plants is poisonous, some meats is poisonous. Hey, if we was vegans, right, living in the jungle, some of them mushrooms that you ate gonna send your ass on a hallucinating trip. You didn't.
So is it?
You see what I'm saying? Yeah.
So is it safe to say that somebody had to be the sacrifice for us to find out what is poison and what is not when it comes to plants and animals? Somebody had to be the sacrificial lamb.
Let me explain something to you. This is where we go into a debate on how advanced were the early humans. Now, here's what I think. I think the first humans that originated on this earth were so advanced and motherfucking, they would be like God, if you will. And I think humans start to de-evolve and get dumber and dumber to where we at today. I don't think humans started off dumb and started to get smart. I think we started off on a God-like level and we can only get dumber. And I think that, and so my thing with that being said, why I'm bringing that up is the first humans that walked on this earth, they created it like a simulation. Like how when we make these virtual realities and we put the goggles on and we go inside the reality and explore it, we program the simulation so we know what to expect when we get in it. That'll be like a video game maker making a simulated video game. Then he put the virtual reality goggles on. He go and play the game, virtual reality goggles. He know all the rules of the game when he get in it. Now look, watch this though. Let's say he gets stuck in the game. He start reproducing in the game, having children in the game. And generations of people are born into the game. Them people ain't gonna know what the game is. They gonna think the game is real. They gonna be like, man, but the makers of the game was the first ones to explore it. And then everybody that was born into the game, they trying to figure it out. See what I'm saying? After the makers died and then passed the knowledge on that, look, so when you go and research the Mayans, the Olmecs, all of these ancient civilizations, they basically describe this shit as a virtual reality simulation game that we got stuck in and we gotta be born out of it or born again, as religions say, you know. But we could, how deep y'all want to go with this bill?
Yeah, I can dig that because I know they had a word for mankind is animated earth. They considered man, a living man or woman was animated earth.
When you say animation or something that's animated, that's how you get the word animal. Like everything is, that go back to what I was telling y'all. They tell us everything started with light. Let there be light. That's true. All of the fucking ancient people around the world say light was the beginning of creation. Then you got to ask yourself, how does light become solid wood, water, rocks, and shit? How does light become that? The only way we explain that is through holography, a hologram, light turn a holographic object. And so now we going into the deep shit that I'm trying to teach folks now about the nature of our reality. Ain't no weights, ain't no such thing as solid, ain't no such thing as physical. We're literally a light that faded in and gonna fade out, but you calling it life and death, birth and death though. It's holographic.
Hey, yo, bro.
Yeah.
Hey, yo, bro, I want to say something before you got like deep because I don't want to dumb the conversation back down.
We ain't gotta get we gonna jump back and forth from being deep, non-deep, however we want to do. Ain't no rules on this shit. Go ahead, my brother. Yeah.
All right, cool. All right, so earlier we was talking about the why should we not eat meat and stuff like that, and then we jumped into was the first humans was the ancestors small enough to know, was they basically psychic to know not eat this plant because it's not good for you, that's poisonous. But as far as the meat and the plant thing, I feel like it's common sense. I feel like we knew a plant don't bleed, a cabbage don't bleed, an apple don't bleed, but an animal's gonna bleed. I feel like once you saw the red, and plus God gave colors for signs and stuff. So
there you go.
All right, that's all I gotta say about that.
Hey, look, man, I ain't gonna lie. What he just said and what the other brother said kind of kills the vegan versus meat eating shit.
I got smoke.
Yeah, because my thing is this, bro. I eat meat, but I ain't gonna say when I really, as a smart man, when I say that nature want us to eat meat, I gotta say no, because she wouldn't make it run away from you. The oranges and apples ain't running from your ass, and guess what? They smell good to lure you to it, whereas the meat stank. You got to gut it. You got to get over your like when I was in the South, right, coming up, and I killed my first mammal, I felt bad. Like I had to get over killing shit, and it became, I'm used to it. Fuck it, just kill it. Boom. It don't hurt no. My guilt ain't fucking with me no more, because I done killed a lot of shit. You know what I'm saying? So I don't never feel guilty when I bite an apple though. I'm just saying. So I mean, we gotta keep it real. I like eating meat. Yeah.
These days, bro, niggas be killing each other. Like, so people can't like say, why we eating meat so comfortably? Because, or I asked my nephew, right? I was like, do you like dead meat? He was like, no. I was like, but you eat cooked meat, right? He was like, yeah, but you don't think cooked meat is dead meat still? It's cooked dead meat. So like, and like people are killing each other. So like eating a burger, like I would expect that. If there's people out there killing humans, eating humans. Like, so that's my input on that.
I got smoke.
But back to, we was talking about this the last time, was that meat is an extra strength for male sperm, and we all damn near wouldn't be here if we was not eating meat.
That's bullshit.
That's a fact, 70-30. That's a fact. Because we know meat carry the most protein.
Lies. Meat, there's no such thing as protein.
Hey, but that means you got one nigga that's hey, look. That means you got one nigga that's studying everybody's sperm after they eat some pork chop.
Nah, I won't say all that.
I mean,
how you know the protein is good? How you know it's good for sperm if you ain't studying?
I mean, we ain't gotta throw the pork chop up in there, but eating meat is a good coating for sperm, and who really shouldn't be eating meat like that is women.
Hey, yo, bro, how can you get life from something that's already dead? That's common sense. How am I getting life, sperm, from something that's dead? Can you answer that?
Okay, is a plant still living when you kill it?
Ask that question again.
Yeah, a plant is still living when you eat it.
You don't kill it. Yeah, you're not killing it.
Bro, the same way those nutrients and proteins or whatever that's in that plant, after you chop that plant down and put it in your salad or whatever, or you steam your leaves or whatever, brother, those same proteins or whatever still in that, just like it's still in the meat.
But listen, bro, you don't chop down the whole tree to eat an apple. You just eat the apple and replant a seed, and guess what? That one seed gonna get you a whole nother tree. What happens if you eat a cow?
And that one seed from that cow breed my other cow, gonna bring me another cow.
But what if you eat both the cows, though? What if you eat both the cows?
Well, that's not smart. That's not smart, because in farming, you know that's not intelligent.
This is what I'm trying to tell you. Listen to me. What I'm trying to tell you is this. Right. What I'm trying to say is it doesn't multiply when you eat it, and you have to not eat the other cow in order to somehow get it. But if you only got a mama cow and a daddy cow, you got to wait till the baby cow grow up. And
bro, you get your milk, you get your cheese and whatever you need from that until they have a calf.
That's what I'm saying, bro. If you want to keep eating hamburger, if you want to keep eating the meat, but what I'm saying is with the fruit, you're not killing the fruit, because the life of the tree that you about to grow is the seed. It ain't the meat on the fruit.
Okay, then what if a tornado come through and blow down all your apple trees? Then what you gonna do?
Pick up some apples and plant the seed.
So, bro, you gotta do it.
Wait.
But if your tornado come and rip up your cows apart, I understand where your frustration at. Because you can't plant no cows.
Nah, because I still got stuff in the freezer
How does protein
You
get into
can't
the steak,
grow
bro?
no cow from the meat in the freezer, though, brother.
Hey, yo, Madon, how does protein get into the steak, bro? How does the protein, the stuff that you're saying that helps the sperm, whatever, how does that get into the cow? How does that get into the steak? Like, tell me, or
because of his diet.
With it?
Because he's grazed. Because what he's grazed.
Okay, why would it be smart to eat something that's already digested? Why not eat the grain for yourself instead of eating already digested secondhand protein?
But you can get the best of both worlds.
All right, what's the other word? All right, listen, the first word is the protein. What's the other word?
For his grazing, and you getting from his meat, I mean from his flesh and whatever, you getting the proteins out of that. So you get the best of both worlds.
Oh, bro, but you get twisted, bro.
Hold on, let me show Madon some. This why you, and I gotta go with Cedro on this one, because look, Madon, if the cow eating green grass and you just eat the green plants, you going directly to the plug. You ain't going through a middleman. If you get the same protein that you could have got from the plants through the cow, the very action of your body processing the meat is gonna cancel out every fucking good deed you did that day. All the plants you ate, you made a drunk alkaline water to process that beef, it took away all that. So if you say fuck the meat, if you say fuck the meat and go directly to the plug, which is the plant, because the animals that you eating, they're eating plants. Like a lot of animals that we eat, they ain't meat eaters. Like we don't eat lion meat, shark meat, stuff like that.
Well, see, Sanchez, what I'm saying is I don't necessarily have to eat the meat from the cow. I can get the milk and the cheese from the cow.
You can, but think about this.
That's why I'm saying I can get the best of both worlds.
Watch this. You may say that, but look, a cow ain't sucking on a human's titty. So why is a human sucking on a cow titty? So my thing is this. You may say I'm going to get my milk from a cow, but show me a snake getting his milk from a chicken.
Well, a snake is on a
lower level. Brother. The point is a reason that your mama's titties had milk in them. It wasn't for you to go suck the cow titty.
Well, it was for only nutritional purposes. The cow milk, it benefits us with vitamin D and certain other things. Now, yes, I can agree. Yes, it's been a lot of it been pasteurized today because we don't do it like our great grandmamas did. Our great grandma then went out there and milked the cow and did what they did. They didn't have to go to the store and wait for the white man to pasteurize it and all these things. So,
hey, Madon, but it's a fact that we get 90 or say 85% of our medications from plants. You show me where you get medication from a goddamn pig.
Well, brother,
or a cow.
We get full from the animals.
Hold on, you're talking about two pills. You're talking about a medical treatment to treat an ailment, and we talking about something.
Bro, your diet is medical. I went to medical school, bro. Your diet is medical. Like they teach you that in school. Like everything about healing people, stuff like that, it's about your diet. When people was in dialysis, to help you from dying, your diet is to help you from dying.
And what's most of that's coming from? That's supposed to be your medicine.
Yeah, they're cleaning out their blood with that dialysis.
That's why they call it the sugar. They call it the sugar, right? Because it's coming from sugar.
Listen, bro. That went over your head, though. Your diet, right, is to help you from dying, brother. Did you know what we're saying, Madon? That your diet, the root word of diet is die, bro. How you eat determine when and how and what you gonna die and all that. You feel me, bro? What Cedro was saying.
Well, sometimes some people die of natural causes. But I understand. Like I said, I understand the brother's point. But my point is, when it comes to getting medicines, yeah, a lot of medicines come from plants and things like that. But it's a proven fact that milk does a body good. They didn't just put that commercial out because it was a fallacy. Milk does a body good.
Your teeth, bro. Actually, if you drink too much of it, like it destroys your teeth. Like there's a lot of downfalls, and plus it accumulates mucus. Like Dr. Stevie told us all that.
Well, they're not telling you to drink 8 glasses of milk a day. They tell you to drink 8 glasses.
They lied about the
so what I'm saying is, just because they say milk does a body good, they're not telling people to go out here and just consume milk all day long during the day. They just saying, hey, man, there's benefits from drinking milk. That's it.
Hey, I have a question. Did the Dogon and the Pygmy tribe, did they eat meat? Yes or no?
Yes.
Hold on, wait, no. Let me go to that, right? Let's keep this shit real, right? We can't do that like that. That ain't right what y'all doing.
What you gonna eat in the winter time?
Nah, bro. Hold on. Let me answer them, bro. Cause what they doing ain't right, bro. This what's going on. With any group of people, dude, you will have some meat eaters and non-meat eaters. Right? Let me share something with you. The Dogon tribe and Pygmy tribe have grown so fucking big today that some of them eat meat, some of them don't. You got some Dogon members that practice Islam. You got some Dogon members that practice Christianity, but they all Dogon. What happened to the Dogon and the Pygmy, what's happening to them today, it already happened to us. So doing what you just did right there ain't really genuine, because we doing a lot of shit today we shouldn't be doing. Just like the Dogon and Pygmy doing a lot of shit today they shouldn't be doing. So if we say, do the Dogon and Pygmy eat meat? They probably do. They probably go to Pizza Hut and all that shit today. Like the world changed today. I hate to say that.
And then, like, bro, like, I feel like back in the day, right, we all agree that we was mostly like peaceful people, like spiritual people, right? So I feel like that's where we went wrong. That's just my own theory. That's where we went wrong when we started eating meat. Because when you think about it, all the animals that's carnivores, they're real aggressive. They're real aggressive. And all the animals that just eat leaf, not saying that they won't pop on you too, but they're more of gentle animals. You can pet it. You ain't petting most carnivores. Like you're just not. So being that we're consuming meat now, we're acting like carnivores. And that's why I feel like that's why we're killing each other.
Watch this. Any Christian listening to this show know that the perfect state that this earth was in was during the Garden of Eden, Adam and Eve days. And I don't consider myself a Bible believer, but let's just play with it for a minute. Let's say Adam and Eve, let's go to that. They wouldn't hunt the animals. Put it this way, meat eating and hunt animals, if anything, is something we doing because we fell from a higher state. Because even the Bible say that. The Bible say that Adam and Eve, at first, every animal on earth was their pet. There wasn't no hunting, and they was just vegans. And then when they ate off the tree of life, then they got the knowledge of God now. And they became, with the knowledge of evil, they became hunters. They was able to eat the animals now. And instead of God telling them to be protectors of the animals in the garden, after that, God told them that they got dominion over the animals in the garden. That means they can dominate them now. So we got to remember that part, that was a part of humanity where we thrived and was fruitful. Think about the word. It ain't meatful. I'm going to say that again. The Bible told Adam and Eve to be fruitful. Today, if I tell you, look, man, be fruitful, guess what you know that means? Have a lot of babies, man. Go and have me a family. Be fruitful. Now, why don't the Bible say be meatful? Because fruitful mean to let shit grow, man. Like, how them animals gonna grow if you hunt them like a motherfucker? So it was even when we use the word, when we say, man, be fruitful, ain't no word for be meatful. So it even say in Genesis, use all the herbs and plants as meat. And why would the Bible put that there? Because people was eating meat. So the Bible said, no, use these plants for your meat. Because maybe people was already eating meat, and we was trying to tell them dumbasses, look, bro, you should be a vegan. I believe we adopted the Pilgrims and foreigners' spirituality, and that these religions got our old spirituality in their Old Testaments and stuff. Because if you look at the Old Testament law, if you look at the shit that Adam and Eve was under, that's the shit I'm talking about. That's the shit my ancestors was about. Thou shalt not kill, thou shalt not steal. use the fucking plants and the herbs for your meat. It seems like these foreigners came to our shit. They documented the natural laws that we upheld. Then they changed them, and they also documented the changes. Because now they got this new shit where you can just be forgiven. This grace period and the age of forgiveness, that done away with the law. Just like the Christians tell you, we ain't under the law no more. And guess what? The world is in a lawless state. Whenever these folks tell you we ain't under the law no more, these are the neo-pagan groups that got y'all practicing Satanism. Ignoring your damn what's right and wrong. We ain't under no law no more. Bro, natural law will never fucking take a break. You always under natural law. Some devils telling you you ain't under the law so they can make you break it so you can reincarnate and be in hell with them. I'm giving.
Well, yeah, you got a point, Sanchez. I'm just gonna say this real quick. I'm on my way to work.
Go ahead. Yeah. He paused. Okay.
Hey, yo, look, man. Yo, it wouldn't be no. Listen, I feel like it wouldn't be no disease if we was all vegetarians from the beginning and stay like that. Like because you know why? Because we wouldn't even know about disease because we'd have been eating the vegetation and medicine is in the food.
The animals and things like that.
Like we wouldn't know about like the disease that we know, like cancer and stuff like that. We wouldn't know about it because God would have told us. Like if you like, it says you would go to God, like, why are we getting sick? Why do we got cancer? He would have told you, listen, man, are you eating the fruits and the herb that's in the garden? No, I'm eating a fucking chicken. Or duh, go eat some fruits, bro.
Ask me this question then. Why don't we see, like we look at a lot of these tribes, right? We know they eat meat and stuff like that, but we don't hear them with having cases of cancer and the different diseases that goes on in the Americas. Why is that?
Because you know why? Because they probably balance it out a little bit. People over here, we don't balance it out in America. We eat McDonald's this day, Wendy's the next day. We don't herb it out. Like, you don't know if they was balancing it out. They probably did eat meat because they knew the knowledge and they knew it would make them more aggressive. Like, as tribesmen, you do got to be like a little more aggressive to take care of the families. So I feel like
not GMO. They shit not GMO'd up, fertilized up, shot up with hella jabs. They eating it the original way the meat came. So it may not have that cancer causing effect, but it damn sure might, make them a little bit more aggressive, type shit.
And then, bro, today we not. That's why I'm telling
the brother Alkaline. I don't think it's that meat is bad. I think it's because of what different corporations have put on the earth that has made the meat bad, or different chemtrails and things that spread.
Hey, yo, bro, I just broke it down to you, bro. Hey, yo, Madame, bro, I just broke it down to you, bro. I just broke it down as why meat is healthy and why it's not. The only reason why it's healthy because it's eating what's healthy. So, and like we broke it down, bro, by why go to the middleman when you can just eat the damn grain. You making an argument about why is a cow healthy for you when it's not healthy for you. Only reason why it is a little bit healthy for you is because, matter of fact, there's more protein, and I think in like one walnut or in a Brazil nut than in a whole steak. That's just
well, bro,
you.
It's a contradiction you just made. You can't say it's kind of good and it ain't good at the same time. Come on, King.
Listen. You know what?
Benefits in drinking milk. That's a proven fact. I'm just saying there's benefits in drinking milk. That's a proven fact.
Hey, yo, bro, listen, bro.
That's a proven fact. Yes, you got to have a balanced diet. I agree with that. I've been saying that the whole show. That's why I said you get the best of both worlds. You can get the cheese and
bro, it's not the best of both worlds. You do get a little protein or whatever it is from it. That's only because it consumed it. The meat the cow is not good for you. If it didn't eat that, you wouldn't get no benefit from it. If the cow, that's why if you eat a lion, listen, bro, if you eat a lion, you will get no benefits because you know why? Because it don't eat the yield. It eats straight meat. The only reason why you're getting benefits from the cow once again is because it's eating the yield. See, you trying to
okay, where else you gonna get your milk from? Bro? I mean, what you gonna start? You gonna do coconut milk? I mean, yeah, that's an option. But brother, milk. Our people been using milk to feed our babies for years. Even though they was breastfeeding, milk was one thing we consumed, like a glass a day or something, or a glass every 2 days.
You can say milk was good for the bones, but that's a lie.
I'm gonna tell y'all something though.
It's because they're pasteurizing it, just like the brother was saying earlier. They're pasteurizing it. But see, when our grandma was growing up, they weren't pasteurizing no goddamn milk. They was going straight to their cow and milking that cow, bro. They wasn't doing it like that. You see, that's the difference.
Milk is really just for babies, to be real. Because once you get a certain age, you're not even really supposed to be drinking the milk. Look at the adult cows and the adult pigs. They don't drink milk when they get a certain age no more. But
we cannot compare ourselves to animals. We cannot compare ourselves to animals. We got to stop that. Just because a fucking wolf does something, that doesn't mean you could compare that to a human being, bro. That's what
that's trying to do it though.
We always want to compare ourselves to the animals when it's clearly that the Most High made a separation.
When the comparison don't go with
goddamn animals, now you don't want to stop doing that. That's some pseudo shit. You gotta leave it alone. But I gotta get ready for work. I'm gonna go ahead.
Now you don't want to do the animal shit when it don't go with your flow. When it don't go with you. When it.
No, I agree with y'all saying, but I'm just saying though. I agree with a lot y'all saying. I'm just saying there's a balance, just like the brother said. You got to have a balance, and that's like I said, it's because of the chemicals.
Listen, brother. You say we got to have a balance, right? What was Adam and Eve's balance before they fell out the garden between their diet? They didn't have a balance between fruit and animals. They had a balance, right? So they didn't eat. Adam and Eve were vegans, right? Madon?
Yeah, from my studies, that's correct.
All right, so listen. After the fall of man, they became meat eaters, correct?
That's correct.
Okay, so if we want to go back to our Eden-like state, our God-like state, because in Adam and Eve, God-like state before the fall, they lived to be, people was living long as hell in the garden in the vegan state. Being fruitful. So
right, but see what happened was
after that, people, the death was you died quicker. It hurt when we have babies. It was all kind of shit. But could that be a result of us changing our diet? Cause the same time where they said Adam and Eve was kicked out the garden and became meat eaters, they tell you man discovered fire. And science, and now we processing meats and grilling and cooking and shit, which I love, nigga. I'm about to grill tomorrow. But I ain't gonna lie to your ass, though. Yeah.
But see, Sanchez, the thing is, though, even though we failed, like you said, before, yeah, they was on a perfect diet. Everything was good and perfect. But after they failed, right? Well, we can see the problem came in is that not only was, you got to remember, the Most High said that the earth shall not put forth its full strength, even with the plants, they're not going to be as strong as they was in the ancient time. So that's why instead of being nice vines and flowers, you see thorns and thistles, sticker briars and sticker bushes, because that was a curse as well. So not only did we fall from eating what was perfect, but even the plants does not put forth their full strength like they did in the beginning, and we can see proof of that. Because the trees don't get big as they used to. The fruits don't get as big as they used to. We can see that there's been a desolation within the population of mankind on the planet Earth. And with that being said, I'm going to let somebody else get the microphone. I got to go in here to work, but I will be listening in.
But that don't sound like a work of God. That sounds like a work of either the devil or of man. Because why would God want to destroy his?
Eve made a covenant with the devil. Once Eve made a covenant with Satan, believing what he said, oh, you can eat that, or you just gonna do this and this. Once she made that covenant with the devil, that was a separation, King. That's what we got to remember. That was a separation from the holiness, because
but that don't matter if it's a separation.
It's like you say, why do people love the devil? Because the devil gives them nothing.
But I'm not going to deny the separation. I'm saying, why would a God want to destroy his children's food supply?
He didn't do it. He did it himself. Adam and Eve did that to themselves. The Most High
didn't destroy that. You said that was a punishment.
They on accord. They did that. So when you break the rules, you gotta, like you said, like everybody said, there's law. There's a universal law that's that's over all mankind. There's a universal law. There's certain laws you break, you're going to have consequences. You jump off the Empire State Building, you break that law of what I call gravity, you're going to face some consequences. So all I'm saying is they made that covenant. And so the Most High said, okay, you want to do that? Now you gotta work by the sweat of your brow. And every black man under the sound of my voice has worked, I'm pretty sure, about a sweat of his brow.
Yeah,
and
bro. Now you gotta work for your food now. Before you just go ahead and sit off a tree. Now you gotta work for your food now. You gotta hunt it. You gotta chase these animals down.
So you gotta work by the sweat of your brow.
Yeah, but you wouldn't have to do that and you would have never stopped eating fruits and vegetables. You could just go to the forest and just find
even if you don't want to fruits and vegetables, brother, it's for your food, you're being lazy.
Even if you're still eating fruits and vegetables, they're not putting forth their full strength. Like the Most High told you, that's why trees don't get as tall as they used to. We got proof that there's trees that used to grow so goddamn tall they was the size of skyscrapers. Why don't we see that no more? Because there's been a desolation put in the land. That's why you see thorns
because of terraformation by man.
It's just a fact.
Not a desolation by God. It was terraformation by man.
All right, well, I got to go into work, King, but I'll be listening in.
Yeah, then on top of that, bro, like people is limited. Like people haven't been all over the world. There's mad places. Like even in my own neighborhood, I've been here for 10 years. There's places that I'll be driving. I'll be like, damn, it's this type of tree over here. It's this type of forest animals over here. Like you never really went in the jungle and really looked and see what's in there. You can find to wherever you at, your little town or your city. Like, what are you talking about? Unless you're a person like a safari type nigga that like to go in the woods and sleep in the woods. And most people don't even do that. Scared of the jungle now. Like nobody's doing that.
Hey, Cedro, didn't you email me about some? My bad, bro. You said you didn't want to go off topic or something. Yeah, go ahead, man. Let's do that.
Yeah. Yeah, man. I emailed you about that, man. I want to get down with the Battle League, definitely, man. I'm real interested in that. Well,
enough said, my nigga. I got a roster right here. Your name on it. Your name on the. I got. Hey, Madon, you know what I don't get about Madon? He didn't even email me to be part of the debate shit.
Madonna wasn't no real smoke, man.
I'm talking money though, man. This man don't want. Okay, cool. All right, Madon. But listen. I don't think nobody pay to see Madon. He don't need to be part of this shit for real. He's a free.
Your mic hella low. Your mic went hella low just quick.
Nah, you could pay him. Nah, I mean, people love to see people get beat up on. So if he want to come and get beat up on like he just did,
facts.
I mean, gotta be full of.
That is big facts because Black Jesus Minister can sell tickets. That's facts.
Hey, bro, I sent you shit to your, oh, go ahead, bro.
Bro, you good. I'm done.
I said I sent Bro Sanchez, I sent you something to your Facebook. I don't know if you I was trying to find your email. I couldn't find that shit, so I sent it to your Facebook. It's like a 5-minute video of Sebi talking about Dr. Layla Africa and melanin shit. He was going in on that shit. I ain't even gonna lie. Going in on their head, nigga, banging on their ass, telling them, man, bro, what? To me, that shit is a classic video. I ain't even know Dr. Sebi talked about it, but he basically like, yo, this melanin shit is, if this is what the Black community and the Black scientific community is getting afforded, especially the medical side, this is why we fucked up. Just the kind of information we being afforded to as conscious and intelligent Black people. Melanin, which has no basis in whatever he was saying. So I don't want to say it too much if you're going to play it, but if not, I still sent it.
And bro, I sent you a video about the moon too, Brother Sanchez.
For sure, we got you.
Hey, I got a little smoke for the vegetarian and the meat eating diet still, if y'all still on it.
Oh yeah.
All right, the dude who was on here earlier, Masterpiece, him and the Alkaline brother, like they both in the same ballpark, but Alkaline still kind of under Dr. Sebi teachings. The Masterpiece brother was saying the Yaqui dude, he was a student of Dr. Sebi, but he kind of advanced the teaching because he make it more appealing to the young crowd. you know, most people couldn't understand Dr. Say because, you know, young people, you know, Dr. Say was kind of boring. You know, information boring to some people. But Yaki, he made it kind of more interesting for people to learn it. He used the anatomy, he used the body parts. He tell you we really frugivores and it makes sense. That's why we got thumbs to pick the fruit, to peel the fruit. And also,
that's what I am, brother. I'm a fruitologist.
Exactly. And y'all was going back to the Bible. Y'all was saying with the meat, the God of the Bible, you could tell he evil because he was taking the sacrifices from meat. But he didn't take the other, what's the brother with Cain and Abel?
Yeah. Yep. I think Abel gave the fruits and Cain gave the meat. And he took the
exactly. And God took them. Matter of fact, he was taking all type of meat sacrifices.
Hold on. Wait. No, I'm not gonna let you do that. Nah, you're gonna have to verify that. Like that he took the meat. I thought he took the fruits and then he punished.
No.
Yeah, I think, because because Cain gave an offering, Abel gave an offering, but he took the one from the meat. He didn't take.
No, he took the fruit and Abel got mad. Really? Killed Abel. Okay. Cain killed Abel because he was listen.
Okay. Hold on.
God took the fruit.
Okay. God took the fruit.
And then he got mad. Cain got mad and killed Abel because he couldn't just understand, bro. Like if I was just bring you something,
let the Bible teach it.
Go ahead.
What scriptures that read it for him real quick?
I just remember it's in Genesis. I don't remember the actual scripture. It's in Genesis though.
Go ahead. Somebody just Google it right quick.
I got you.
I can't let you get away with that one.
It ain't me saying it. It's the Bible saying it.
Let me see. It's in Genesis though, right? Genesis.
Yeah, in Genesis.
Cain and Abel offerings. There you go. Hold on.
A burnt offering at that.
Hold on, y'all. I ain't gonna even cap, right? I don't feel like reading this shit, so we're gonna get somebody else to read it, but I'm finna pull it up for y'all. Okay, we got our screen share up, and now we got our scripture up. Oh, okay. It said God accepted Abel's offering, but rejected Cain's offering. That's right. Cain was a farmer, and his offering was some of his crops. And God accepted Abel's offering, which was the
meat.
Right.
So it said, and if y'all want to be the head and the evil God, he was already evil when he flooded everybody. That's some evil shit right there.
Hey, listen, bro. How you know they didn't switch that up in the new version? Because you remember in the original version, it said that God, wait, finish. Look, like in the first Bible, it said that God made man and woman simultaneously. And in the King James version, it said that he put Adam to sleep and then took Eve from his rib. So how you know that they didn't just switch that around too, though?
But we ain't talking about that. We talking about vegetation.
No, come on, bro. No, that's a question. That's a question because that's irrelevant. Because you saying that?
But it's in both. It's in all stories, though. It's in all the ancient. It's in all the same stories.
It's not, bro. The King James version is different. Like that'd be an argument that people be having. That King James version watered it down.
Show me where God took the fruit. Then show me that.
And we can look it up from the.
That's my whole argument.
I'm not saying that I know everything, bro. Like we building right now, man. You feel me? So
yeah, I feel you.
When I'm told saying, the original Bible was different.
My argument, I'm saying, is God was taking these burnt offerings. That's all I'm saying.
Yeah, that may be a fact.
But look,
and I'm also saying,
but I'm gonna tell you, y'all niggas got me thinking. Cause guess what, right? When a lot of niggas been telling me, right? The words Cain and Abel come together to make one word called cannibal. When you put Cain with Abel, you get cannibal. And if you look after the story of Cain and Abel, humans became cannibals on the earth. This is a fact. Like the Bible is coded history. But it's showing you what though? It's showing you that the new God that took over the world is the same God that got us into eating meat. Y'all don't get it? The Bible is telling the history of humanity, but it's doing it in code. So when you look at the story of Cain and Abel, you get the history of how we became cannibals. Because before that, we were vegan-based, garden-based societies. Then we had a new religious order take over the earth. And with that new religious order became a new dieting system. People need to realize how your religion dictate how you have sex and how you eat too. Because if you're a Muslim, guess what? They telling you you can't eat pork and a whole bunch of other stuff. Your religion dictate your diet, your sexuality, and all that. And when we became indoctrinated under our enemy's religion system, we got a new diet. We left the jungle-based, vegan-based diet, and we got the fucking animal-based meat and starches. That's what the pilgrims was eating, man. That's what they was on. Meats and starches. We was eating fruits and super fruits.
And what they said they brung, bro? What they said that the pilgrims brung? Diseases, right?
The pilgrims brung diseases, right? And now we got diseases. And if you look at the people in the jungle, it ain't no hospitals in them jungles, Cedric, and they live to be older than us. They don't got diseases, and we do. And we got all the supermarkets. And guess what? When you go buy your meat out the supermarket, don't you know they dye that shit red because decaying corpse really turn brown, and they have to put the red dye in your shit?
Right.
Mm-hmm.
And also, going back with that Genesis story, I actually think the fruit was a mushroom. Because he said, if you eat this fruit, you're going to become like God. And I done had plenty of mushroom trips. I ain't never had no DMT trip, but it's a whole different shit.
Oh, I just got to awaken it, y'all. Hold on, I just got to awaken it. What if the reason why in the Bible, when they said when God didn't, remember what I'm saying, right? The King James, we got to always question the King James Version. When we read something from the King James Version, we got to, they show us, we got to check the older Bible to like, no, if that's for real, because King James wasn't a good person and he did manipulate the Bible, right?
Hey, so bro, Sanchez.
Yeah.
Hold
on, question. Hold on, wait. What if, you know how in the Bible it said that they ate the fruit and it brought all the evil in? What if that's what they did when they got the original Bible? They changed that story around, just like they try to turn men against women and say, "Oh, women is beyond, it's like under men and all that." And I know for a fact that they changed the creation story with Eve coming from Adam's own rib, the King James Version. So what if the King James Version switched that to if you eat the fruits, you'll die? So it's basically made people scared to eat fruits and turn to meat. Like, is that too bizarre, or am I making sense?
That make a lot of sense, bro. Cause think about it, right?
Sanchez.
They put everything backwards. They said Adam made a mistake because he bit the apple or the fruit. Where they said the woman made a mistake because she bit from the fruit of life and all, whether it was an apple or whatever. But really, if you look at the history of it, it didn't have nothing to do with a woman biting no fruit. It had everything to do with the men started hunting the animals in the garden. That's crazy.
Hey, bro, I kind of want to rebut on that too. I think the fruit was actually knowledge. That's why I say mushrooms. Because when you eat mushrooms, it's like a whole fucking your pineal gland like on steroids or some shit.
Well, yeah, I feel like that could be true, bro. I feel like that could be tied to the story too. I feel like
I want you to Google this, Sanchez, if you could. It's a painting.
Okay.
Okay.
Go ahead.
It's a painting I think Leonardo did. Yeah. It's with Adam and Eve. It got the fruit. It got Jesus with the picture with mushrooms. It kind of.
I went over that one before. I did a whole lecture on the mushroom. Let me share some with y'all real quick. Y'all want to talk about the mushroom? Do you want to talk about the magic mushroom? Yes or no?
I'm with all that.
Yeah, sure. I'm down with that.
Because what now we open up the door for it, right?
But yeah, look, you guys ever play Nintendo? Remember Mario Brothers?
But listen, before you go into Mario Brothers, right? This is what I want you to do, whoever said the Mario Brothers. Go to OTW, because you where I'm at. Listen, go to Bro Sanchez TV when you get some time, right? Now look, go to this shit and put in Mario on the search. What this say?
Oh, you did it. Oh, wow. That's awesome.
But look, it's 7 years old.
Holy shit.
I've been on it. Look, I'm talking about what is the tree of life is a mushroom. See, look,
exactly.
I'm showing you. I went into, look, everything y'all talk about with Mario and the mushrooms. Look, I even went.
I gotta go watch that.
I talked about.
Sanchez, I'm a student. I'm a student of you.
Well, watch this though. Yeah. I talked about how the M for Mario mean Mason. And look, if you take the M off of Mario, it's Ario. He's dealing with the human aura, that which take flight, what you see here. If you look at the Masonic square and checkerboard right there, that's the Masonic symbolism. Now check it out. They curved the fucking board to make it seem like the earth is a globe. Like, y'all gotta go watch this. This an hour-long video. Look, I even go into where they get toadstool from right here with this is something our ancestors made. It's called the mushroom figurines. It's older than toadstool. But they took these and turned, because these were considered to be oracles. Can I cook for a minute? All y'all got to give me is like 2 more minutes. Watch this. If you look at these mushrooms, guess what these are called? These are called Mesoamerican mushroom figurines, aka toadstools. They literally took the same name as toadstool. They didn't change it. They not original. But let me show you how deep this is. Now we about to go deep. Let me show you something. Everybody think like it's all about the magic mushroom. It's really not about the mushroom, y'all. I know I'm sounding crazy now, but just hear me out though. It's that the shape of the mushroom represents our original spiritual system of ufology taking off. Let me pull up some collages real quick to show you what I'm talking about real quick. Hold on. See, check this out right here. The Big Bang. Beam me up, Scotty. You know when they got the goddamn, let me go to this. Look, you see this? I got collages on deck for every conversation that come up, man, because I'm serious about this knowledge. Now look at Scientology. They giving you the alien realism, the mushroom shit right there with the cross in the middle, with the bottom part of it extending into the underworld. That's how you get beamed down. And when you get beamed down, guess what that say? New haven. Heaven is haven. And guess what? You in the underworld. All of these are heavens. You in the lower heaven or lower haven. Like I'm breaking down this Scientology system, right? The story of Jesus Christ, right, was the story of God becoming flesh, and that's the story of all of our birth, y'all. We all are gods having a human experience. Watch this, right? Watch this shit. Look at the symbol of Scientology. Now, let me show you something about Kabbalah. When you talk about the cross becoming a cube and all that, you can see the cube and the cross one and the same, but if you look at the Scientology symbol, that's what it's dealing with, the cube unfolding to the cross, or the Kabbalah. You see right here. Boom. Right there. I've been studying this. See, Kabbalism is about how to cube consciousness, which is how to imprison it, or to create the pentagram, which is the meat package, the 5-pointed star, what we see right here on the Kemetic tree of life. And look what's in the middle of it, y'all. Beauty. What is this world based on? Beauty, pretty, anti-aging, nose jobs, butt lifts. Everything is about, no one care about inner beauty. We care about outer beauty, because that's what the Kabbalah based on. Look at this shit. Mercy, severity, glory, victory. That's what I'm telling you. But now let's go back to this though. We talking about mushrooms. The mushroom ain't just name you pick off the ground and eat it. The mushroom is a sacred geometric shape that's dealing with consciousness, and you don't gotta eat no mushroom at all. If you tap into this sacred geometry, you'll be able to do more than what a nigga who eat mushrooms can do. It's deeper than a plant called a mushroom. It's the fact that the mushroom is the fractal code of the entire cosmos. You ain't gotta eat no mushroom in your life, and you can tap into this code, and it can be a dude eating mushrooms every month that ain't deeper than you. That's what I want to share with y'all. Go ahead.
But I got mushrooms like literally right now, and when I eat them, it's always a different experience.
I feel you. I'm with you. I ate them too. Only thing I'm telling you is there's some people on this earth, my brother, that don't tap into mushrooms. They don't smoke weed. They don't.
Oh, yeah, I agree. I agree.
And they on a higher level than us. That's what I'm saying.
Yeah, I agree with you. Most people really abuse the plant because it's really a sacred plant.
Hey, yo, listen, what if you eat the mushroom, right? What if the ability of the mushroom is like when you eat it, you get to see the world as it is, like you see through the simulation.
Yeah,
and like,
that's true.
Exactly.
That's what it does. That's what it does.
That's why I brought up the story of Adam and Eve, because it said if you eat these, you'll know good from evil.
Yeah, can I explain something to y'all? Can I explain something to y'all? You know how we trying to build rockets today to take off and go to other worlds?
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
All right, look, watch this. We already did it. The first rocket that we built was a mushroom. That's what I'm telling y'all. If you look at the mushroom, it's the same sacred geometry as the rocket. We kept trying to rebuild this same technology to get out of our body over different ages. And here we are now where we at rockets now. It went from where we was doing it naturally to then when we fell out the Garden of Eden, we started to get back to the Garden of Eden with mushrooms. Then we fell in 7 different dimensions. And the last dimension was the dumbest one, where we think we can make it out of here using a rocket. But if you look at the rocket, it's the same sacred geometry. Everything about it is that of a mushroom. Let me show you something. Look at the mushroom on this collage and look at everything else. Think of a rocket blasting off. All of this is the same sacred geometry. I'm trying to show y'all something, that all of this is technology that spiritual beings made to get back to heaven once they fell out of it. And the mushroom was one of the first rockets we used to get out of the body and back to this thing, back to this Eden or whatever. And then, but think about that. Once we fell more and more and more, it started to become brain-computer interfaces. It stopped becoming a mushroom. It started getting bulkier and bulkier. Now here we are making rockets and shit. And if you look at the rocket, what does it resemble? And what is it telling us we can do? Leave the earth and go on a trip just like a mushroom.
Hey, yo,
that's
bro,
what I'm saying.
Yo, bro,
I agree with everything you just said. I'm saying the fruit that they saying supposedly was an apple, I'm saying it could have been a mushroom.
It was a mushroom. I'm agreeing with you.
Oh yeah, okay.
Look, let me show you. Let me show you to back you up. Look, you see that? It was a Ayahuasca muscaria. Let me show you something.
Okay. I agree with you. I agree with you.
It ain't agreeing. Guess what? You made a observation. You said, look, maybe it wasn't an apple. Maybe it was a mushroom. But look, watch this, though. It's a way we can verify that. We can go back to the any artwork and look for mushrooms, and guess what? We'll find them. Look at this right here. This is one of my favorite ones because it's old. It's in antiquity. And it's blatant. That's a Amanita muscaria in the background. That's this same mushroom we see on the Mario game that the brother brought up.
Toad.
Yeah.
Hey, yo, bro. Yo, I got two things, right? All right, I've been wanting to ask you this, right? Okay, you see how you said, like, Mario, like, y'all comparing, like, to the Mario game, this and the third. All right, you remember you mentioned how, like, when he gets the star, he can just run through the board?
Yeah.
All right. Look, this is how I know that the Hollywood and industry, like, they know this knowledge and they use it to do some type of magic or something, right? Because that's why you get the Hollywood star. That's why when you get the Hollywood star on the floor, you're able to just run through shit. Just like since like 50 got that star on the floor, he been untouchable, right?
There you go.
And plus, another thing is,
bro, that's facts though.
Another thing, bro, go back to that picture, that other picture. You probably already said, but I just noticed it for myself. But you probably already said this already. The one with the collage with the different All right, you see that one with the ball in the middle?
What's in the middle?
Got L.
Yeah,
they got L with the and they got the ball in the middle on top.
Yeah.
Like that don't remind you of like when the ball dropped in like Times Square?
There you go. Hell yeah, it does. That's it. All of this because remember now, before it was called Serapis and Jesus, they worshiped the god called Baal. The god that they called Baal was he was the way, the truth, the light. Why? Look at the sperm cells. The sperm are following a lighthouse like ships at sea. And they just locking in on that light, and they all locked on it, and that lead them into a portal, a gateway where they become human in the earth into L's terrarium. So my thing is this right here, bro. Think about what you just said. In the bottom right corner right here, this is an ancient carving on a wall in Cambodia in the Khmer Empire. They said that this is a UFO ship, but I'm saying this is the flat earth terrarium. You see what we saying?
And to add on, Baal is that same God that was taking them burnt offerings also.
Yeah. See, because guess what? Let me cook with this brother, and I'm gonna fall back. Here go the God Baal right here. Let me show y'all. We finna go deep. Ain't no need of playing with it. This God they calling Baal is the golden calf, and they said it was burnt offerings. You see them giving the baby to that God right there. Let me show y'all what that is, because now I'm finna blow you away. Watch this, and I'm gonna fall back after this. The ancestors created the first quantum computers. And in order for them to test those quantum computers, guess what? They had to sacrifice souls to them. And what if I told you, you are one of those souls that was sacrificing to the belly of the beast? Now you got to be born out of this seven heaven system. And when you get out of here, you will be rewarded more than the angels in heaven. Let me tell you something. The angels in heaven are like us, but they never been into the simulation. So they don't have the knowledge of the serpent, which is cussing each other out, comedy, laughing, stinking, farting, boom. This is the underworld we in. We came here to learn.
Knowledge of good and evil.
Right. So when we get out of here, we're going to be more advanced than the creatures in the heavens where we come from who never been down here. That's why I told y'all we are higher than all the angels in heaven, and we're lower than all the demons in hell. We are the children of the demiurge. We are some sort of we're this hybrid being that we got to understand what we are.
That's what
I feel like we hired. I feel like also we hired than them too, and they know it, but we don't know it. But they keep us reincarnating from our ignorance of the knowledge of ourselves.
Yeah,
like the archons.
But think about this, right? And all of like in old Christianity, they talk about the seven heavens, right? Now look at this Christian art right here. It looked like a quantum computer. A quantum computer is the only machine known to man that can house the soul of man. This is literally the golden temple of Solomon. Do you hear me? Now let me show you another way of looking at this quantum computer, because I think what I'm saying going over y'all head. I ain't gonna cap, but watch this though. There's a god called Ishtar. And if you look at him, he's a personifying a fucking quantum computer. He's gold. He got all of these eggs on him. This is the first man-made god that started to say, you know how we say Christ can give birth to you again, be born again, but only a woman can give birth. So why is a man talking about giving birth? This God was saying that before Christ, Ishtar. Now watch this though. If you look at this thing, it is a big ass quantum computer. Look at it. And the eggs is the soul of man. Let me show you what we looking at real quick, if y'all allow me to cook, because I want to really go deep. I asked everybody that y'all want to go deep. Then I started going deep, and I saw niggas trying to walk me back up to the beach shores and shit. Let me show you some. The ornaments on your Christmas tree are the Taurus fields of every single human that's connected to this tree of life. Why you think they call it a tree of life? If I say this is a tree of apples, what do you expect to be on a tree? Apples. If I say this is a tree of life, what do you think gonna grow from it? Human life. In other words, you never were born. You are a sleeping baby on a tree that's dreaming your whole lifetime. So let me show y'all something, and this gonna fuck y'all up right here. This, and you can go and do your own research and see if I'm reaching, if you think I'm this deep. All of the ancestors said our life is a simulation. It ain't real. That's where we get the African proverb, life is but a dream. Now watch this. According to my research, our ancestors were so advanced that they created what's called superhumans. And that's what we are. But in order for you to become a superhuman, you got to advance through the simulation. Now, let me explain something to you. We born in a simulation. They said we born in sin, but we born in sin. We are in a matrix. We are newborn babies that was never born for real. Think about a newborn baby sleep, right? But while it's sleep, it's dreaming of a whole lifetime. And that newborn baby sleep, right? It's dreaming that it grew up in a city, it had a life, it died. In fact, it had 7 dreams where it was born out of 7 different lifetime experiences. And it finally wake up in its real incarnation as a newborn baby. That'll be what you call a Benjamin Button. That'll be a newborn baby that wakes up with all the knowledge of the universe. It'll be a newborn baby that wakes up as a newborn baby knowing all the knowledge of a grown man, a teenager, and all that. Because think about this. If a newborn baby, when a newborn baby is spending 9 months in a mama belly, what if we had some kind of technology to control what's called mind control technology? And we was able to beam a reality into the baby's mind while it sleep in the mama's fetus bag. Guess what we would do? We would beam an entire lifetime in that baby's mind. So in the 9 months of it sleeping, it will be born into the world, live out its life and whatever it's doing, and die. And when it die, it'll finally wake up after 9 months in its mama belly in the hospital, and it'll know everything about our world already. Because we already in them 9 months when it was sleeping, we made it dream of being born. It'll already be like, damn, I did this before. Like deja vu, like how we had deja vu, because we did it before. So my thing is like, according to all of my research, what humans are, when we die, we're some sort of advanced spiritual being in a whole nother reality, and this whole life was some sort of simulation to prepare us for that.
Hey, bro, bro, can I tell you how, hold on, wait, hold on. Let me tell you how I'm with you on that, right? And I got a question for you, right? All right, you said that the ancestors created some type of superhumans, which is us, right?
Yeah.
All right, and you said that they built that computer, that quantum computer that basically make us loop in this reality over and over, right? Mm-hmm. All right, and then you also said, because I've seen almost all your videos, you also said that the universe was a university, like that's what it's called, a universe.
Yep.
Right. All right. So what if basically it was a machine built to make us get left back on purpose? Like, let's just say we was in the 8th grade, right? And then we knew we had the ability to like pass, but we was like, you know what? I want to do 8th grade over and over just so I can just be smarter than always smarter than. I mean, like, you understand? It's like getting left back on purpose.
Mm-hmm. Well, look, here's the thing. It is like this. We never wanted to be left back. the people that wanted to be left back on purpose, because think about it this way. If you smart as hell and you in the 8th grade, you mastered the class, but you got left back on purpose. At that point, you just a nigga who's smart as hell and you addicted to showing all the new 8th graders that you smarter than them. But all of your colleagues went on to the 9th grade. So you stuck in the 8th grade and your only glory is when the new 8th graders come in, I'm smarter than them. But your class, but listen, your class left you though. Your colleagues and peers left you though. So this is what these archons doing in this matrix. They being left behind on purpose to show they smarts over all the babies here, instead of them moving on with their peers, and they trapping souls here as well, if you want to use that example.
And then it's easy to like lure other 8th graders until they get left back too, because they scared of the unknown. I know, speaking for myself, I was kind of scared of like leaving 8th grade and moving on to high school, because I was afraid of the unknown, but not even know that I'm growing and it's getting better.
Bro, guess what? You cooking so hard right now, because check this out. Here's the 2045 initiative. They trying to make our generation immortal to where we can cheat death, because why? We fearing the unknown. We fearing what happened when we die. Our ancestors didn't fear that, but because we fearing it, we gonna be condemned and we're gonna be trying to cheat death. You see what I'm showing here? And there you go, brother. These is a good scenario we using now with the 8th grade, because you know you scared to go to the 9th because you gotta start all over again on a new slate with your peers. But if you stay in the 8th grade, you the smartest nigga in the classroom when that new generation of 8th graders come in with your dumb ass. But you smart in the 8th grade, but all of your people, you see what I'm going? And that's what's happening in this world with the people in power, yeah.
Yeah, and then like, bro, too, like, if you want 8th grade, right, you be like, yeah, I miss all my old friends, and not even knowing that most of them gonna be in the same high school that I'm gonna be in. You know, it's like we be afraid. I miss my old teacher, the good times, just like the real, like we scared of the good times we had on this earth and all the stuff, and we just so addicted to it. You know what I mean? So it's kind of easy to persuade us with that. Yo, you can live again. You live here forever. You know what I mean?
Think about this too. Think about the dude that stay in 8th grade on purpose just so he can be at the top of the class, right? Every fucking year, he get more and more boring, right? Every year is like, okay, here go a new set of 8th graders. I know how to distract them motherfuckers. I know which ones are, after my 5th year flunking in 8th grade, I know now when the new 8th grade class come in, who gonna follow me to hell and who gonna pass. I can peep that after day number 3, because I've been keeping these motherfuckers held back. Now think about it. After my couple of years in 8th grade being held back on purpose, y'all, I'm not by myself no more. I got a whole gang of people that's flunking with me that don't want to go to 9th now, like the devil and his demons, and he growing his army, right? So they gonna help me recruit more. So every new 8th grader class come in is more devils they gotta battle. So each new generation of 8th graders, it get harder and harder to make it out of 8th grade. And also is less deaths because these devils that won't move on taking up half the classroom. That's called population control, overpopulating. That's what's happening in our world right now. It's souls that should have been left, but they keep populating and dating with the daughters of man, as the Bible say, creating these dumbass, ignorant societies, and it's creating an overbreeding, and it's getting clogged up. Like a classroom with a bunch of niggas flunking, and now the new people can't even come in because y'all taking up all the desks. Y'all won't even move on. It's a cloggage.
Just like in the hood, bro. Yo, bro, just like in the P's, right? Like people be getting comfortable there. Like you gotta let other people come up. You gotta let the other homeless people get in there, but they be getting comfortable there, decorating and putting carpet in there. You feel me? When you supposed to just stay there for a little while and get out. It's the same scenario,
bro. That's crazy. You said that. That's fucking crazy. Damn.
Yeah, hey,
damn.
I gotta. Yo, because I got a nigga that be on my live streams on Instagram who'd say, man, I'm Tutankhamun reincarnated. And I was saying the same exact scenario y'all using. And I'm like, bro, so you decided to get held back on purpose? Like, that's dumb. Like, why wouldn't you want to go to the next class? He said, no, man. But this is what he said, and I want to see what you going to say to this. Even if this is true, let's just give it some truth, right? He said, well, no, man, I graduated, but I decided to come back to 8th grade to sit with y'all because I love y'all, Nick. Y'all my niggas.
Oh, bro. Guess what that's called? A conflict of interest. Because if I got a fucking 8th grader that already passed sitting down with 8th graders that's new, he's going to be tempted to give them answers. He's going to be tempted to say, hey, man, this what you do. And the teacher don't need no help. See, when he went through 8th grade, he didn't have a teacher's helper. It was just him, the teacher, in the classroom. What he's going to do, he's going to rob all of the other 8th graders out of the same genuine experience he had. Because now all the other 8th graders got to deal with the teacher and they got to deal with his ass. And he taking up a desk that a real 8th grader can be using. And he can be taking his ass on and do more things instead of stay around in 8th grade. Yeah.
And that's what I told that nigga. But hold on one second, bro. That's what I told that nigga. I say, bro, if anything, the only way you should be coming back is to become a teacher. Why are you coming back as a student and you passed all the class?
You want to sit your big old ass in that liberty desk. I'm coming back to the 8th grade to sit down and that with them. Yeah, but you ain't a teacher? No, dog, that look like a pedophile now. Move your ass on. All right, get you a job, and what the fuck you snooping around the 8th grade for, dummy? No.
I feel like some of us who
bro, like you get lost in the jungle, right? You get lost in the jungle, right? And then it's like, let's say like that same scenario, like instead of like school, we talking about like in the jungle where like people was in the jungle and like a person knew how to get out, whatever, but he's just keeping people lost in the jungle just for his own entertainment, right? Damn, I forgot what I was gonna say. I was gonna make a good point. I'll go ahead, finish, y'all. Like I forgot.
No other grade. He want the 8th grade. He like him in the 8th. You know what I'm saying? So, no, that humans don't know. Hey, Batman, you doing a lot of typing. I keep saying a B on that bitch every minute. Now, won't you click the link, son? Because once you do that much typing, you might as well join us. Let's go, y'all. Who want to join us?
I also think, like the ones of us who teaching this, I think we at this certain carnation phase is to where we trying to break free from it, to let everybody else know this type of knowledge. And I feel like when we're babies, like we learning all this stuff again. We gotta learn how to walk again. We gotta learn how to hold our head up. We gotta learn how to do a lot of shit again.
And that's why, bro, and people be like, yo, what's the meaning to learn all of this stuff? Like, what's the meaning, though? Like, all right, that's cool, but what's the meaning? Because that's the key to getting out of this shit, the knowledge. The knowledge is the power to get
But you know, only if our folks say that, and this is where I'm going to get my coon on that. Because y'all, and if y'all want to battle against my cooning, go ahead. I need a coon check every now and then. Right? But check this out. Somebody got to play the coon because the coons say the real shit. Now watch this, right? Tell me another race that says, what all this knowledge for, man? How this knowledge gonna do something for me? I don't hear other people talking like that. It's only Negroes that don't know how to apply knowledge and make it power.
You just said the key thing. I don't even think knowledge is power. I think applied knowledge is power.
There you go, my bad. Applying the knowledge is power, but the knowledge itself ain't power. And so that means now you cooking, because check it out. Niggas got a lot of knowledge, but it ain't became power yet. Why? Where the application process gonna come in? What we doing?
Because you know why, bro? You know why it is, bro? They think all that, black people, because they think money is power. So when you come with that knowledge shit, it's like, bro, you ain't talking about getting no bread. Like, I ain't trying to hear. You feel me?
That's what I'm trying to say.
They don't understand.
Money is they God.
Yeah, because check it out, right? The slave think the money is the power, but the slave master think that the institution of slavery is the power. So he see power in building systems, and you see power in grinding. Let me get up on it. Like that's the peanut chasing. That's like the rat chasing the cheese versus the nigga who built the traps.
Hey, but y'all wanna know some fucked up shit? Majority of us know this specific knowledge, like being plant-based. A lot of us know this best for us, but a lot of us still don't practice it. That's part of applied knowledge too.
But you know why we don't practice it though? Because you can't practice this shit individual. Now this is where teamwork got to come in and community shit. When we talking mafia mob type shit. But if you look at the black folks that's really forming up and making the organizations, it's the gangs, the fraternities, the boule, shit like that. The regular people just saying, I'm gonna go to work, man, and raise my children. And that's where we fucking up at. Like regular motherfuckers need to be making they little secret societies and shit too, trying to take over shit on the low and shit, you know?
That's why I still think it still starts with self. You gotta get yourself, you gotta love yourself first before you can love anybody.
Hey, yo, bro.
So if you don't get
Yo, look, you know why I think sorry, bro, about that. Sorry. But yo,
no, you go ahead, bro.
Hey, yo, you know why I think mind power is the real currency of the world? Because everything that we think we need money for, we can get it on our own. Lights, like even like stuff like lights and stuff like that, plumbing systems, building a house, that all just take the knowledge of conducting that energy. So they got us thinking money is the real power, but really mind power. And they stop you from building mind power because they keep poisoning your brain every day, dumbing you down.
They got us so dumbed down. We paying for land. That's our land. And the niggas that's selling it to us is foreigners.
Yeah. And they ain't even selling it to you. They basically leasing that shit to your ass.
Type shit at a high ass price.
Yeah.
Hey, yo, bro, you know how I know that frequency is real about the mind power too? About how, like, because when you be building on here like crazy, there's always somebody that just can't take it. When you get to like a crazy point and it's about to get crazy, there's somebody that gotta just like, if you notice, like they can't take it. Like they can't take all
that cognitive dissonance. Hey, look, yep. You know, I can relate to that shit. You know, that's what happened to a computer when it go blue screen, Cedro. Because guess what? You made it do a series of actions that, and so many of them and so many different ones that it just crashed for a minute. Wait a minute. Hold on, nigga. Wait a minute. You know what I'm saying?
Brody, listen, you know what the action was? You know what the action was, Brody?
Yeah.
The action was thinking. Once you make them think, then he stop. Know what I mean?
Yeah. Because you don't gotta think, right? Because you just believing and you ain't never really been thinking before.
You gotta get out that ego. Because the truth hurt like a motherfucker. Especially if it come from pulling out your beliefs, whatever you've been going by your whole life.
And you know what's crazy though, what separate us from them though? That shit hurted us too. But we said, fuck it, man. So we got over the hurt. We accepted that shit and said, fuck it. Now here's what make us look bad, because now when we going telling the truth, guess what we admit that we doing? Hurting other people. Because the truth hurt.
Yeah, yup. That's true. That's true. That's true.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, but you know how I knew I was like, okay, I'm going the right way, and I don't want to be against. I don't want to be that. I want to be like a spiritual person, a person that just collect knowledge and just be the best I can be. Is when it started affecting my day-to-day life. Once I started like obtaining knowledge and it started affecting my day-to-day, even how I look, I started looking better. Like my body started getting better as I started obtaining knowledge. Like my hair started getting long. I'm 35. Most 35-year-olds' hairlines is going backwards. My hair all long and my skin.
Right.
Like your mind is powerful, man. And like that's why I wasn't getting niggas don't be getting no girls in the hood, because your mind is so like it shows like girls don't want to fuck with y'all, like y'all reeking, like y'all look bad.
Man, niggas even scared to be they self. Niggas going through a whole identity crisis.
Facts.
Straight up.
And they put up fronts. They mimic how They mimic your practices. Oh man, this nigga a vegan. Look at this healthy ass nigga. This nigga eating plants and shit.
You know,
they try to down you. You know what I'm saying?
They try to, hey, bro, you cooking because they try to say it's against your masculinity that you eating them plants and shit. Real men eat steak, nigga. You know. But you know, they ain't hunting they shit down like the lion, though. Them niggas got forks and knives with a handkerchief around their neck. What up, Dara? What up, Dara?
Yo, bro, don't be a stain. What's up, bro? Sanchez? What's up, panel? That's funny.
Hey, shout out to all of y'all, man. Salutes to everyone. And the gentleman. Thank you, Sanchez, for having the forum. And the gentleman that just said that how, like, you know, he can get girls and, you know, by the mind power. I think he's 1,000% correct on that. Right? And I want to run by something with all of y'all. I think I had an epiphany the other day. All right. So this yin yang sign, right? This yin yang sign, right? So on face value, it looks balanced, but it's not. Right? It's not. I think there's more darkness than there is light. And so what that means to me is that, oh, so my subconscious mind governs the conscious mind, right? And I think that's the key. And Sanchez, this is what I love, but you made a song about this, bro. You know, that outside in and inside out. That's 100% right.
Hey, can I say one thing?
You mean to tell me niggas using their mind power to get girls only, though? Like, come on, y'all.
Can I say one thing?
Yeah.
All right, so I'm taking this trucking class. It's a mason. He act like he's a mason or something. He wear the hat and he got a ring and everything. Lately, he just been telling us like he harvests energy from young people. Like he said that's what keeps him young and stuff. And I believe him 100% because I believe in the energy in the universe and the stuff that goes around us. Everybody laughing at him. I'm like, he for real, y'all. Y'all wonder why y'all so tired and can't get through this course today. He's sucking, draining y'all energy.
Yeah, that nigga a vampire.
Y'all, that man, and he a brother. He's so-called a brother or whatever, but I don't know, man.
That's Vlad the Impaler.
But bro, Sanchez, I can't say something, y'all. Man, you made me scream, dude. Man, you went to another level with when we were babies. That we dreamed. So you said we're dreaming the life that we are in right now as we were babies. Is that what you were saying? Is that what you mean? Is Bill Sanchez?
Yeah, that's what he means. Yeah, I got the gist of that. That was really good.
Man, that dude. I mean, I heard him say some deep stuff, but that right there, that's another wake up. He woke me up to another level. I wasn't even thinking like that. I'm like, oh.
It also kind of explained how men have wet dreams.
Right. Okay. I had plenty of them when I was a kid.
But the thing is, you really not having sex. So how you bust that nut? So you really having sex in a whole nother realm.
Not in your mind. You is though. Yes,
but it's real. That's what I'm saying. But it's not real.
Right.
It's not happening.
Oh yeah.
Look, it really happened.
Straight up.
But yeah, that's the crazy part. It really happened because you bust that nut.
Right.
Y'all gotta.
But you know what?
Don't forget, dreams are real.
But you know what though?
That steak that y'all eating, that dream is real too.
Most definitely. Everything.
But yo, check this out. Check this out though. I don't know if y'all Bible scholars or anything, because I used to be in the Christian and all that stuff, but I'm done with that now. But I do remember certain scriptures. And remember the part when Jesus was talking about the flesh, that you should be with one woman and all this stuff. And the sin part.
That was a lie, brother. I don't think the scripture.
I know. Hold on.
Just one woman.
Hold on. So the part where he's talking about, you should be with one woman, because it's sin, whatever, right? But then he goes and says that even in your mind, as you think in your mind, that you committed a sin. So he basically, I took that as, yeah, even when you have sex in your dreams, that's considered to be a sin. But I don't look at it like that no more though. But it's just the fact that,
you know, like Bro Sanchez
brother,
said.
where those scriptures at, brother? Cause
yeah, right.
To me, that's a
look at Matthew. Look at Matthew's, and I think it's around. Dang.
Hey, I got a question. I
haven't read the Bible so long though.
Is this the navigator talking?
No, I mean it's the 70-30 show. I'm ready for the smoke too, especially if
I'm talking about here we
go. I'm like, here we go.
I'm talking about the guy that's stating them scriptures. Is this navigator? I think I remember your voice from another show.
No. I'm Daryl Times, dog. I'm Daryl. I'm right here. I got my face on the thing.
Okay.
You yeah.
But yeah, the scriptures I'm familiar with, you know, men in the Bible had multiple women. I'm not even just talking about King Solomon.
That's what I'm familiar with. Like you can have as many wives as long as you can take care of them. That's what I was taught.
Oh yeah, that's in the Old Testament. Like the Old Testament, like what's his name? He had like what 700, something like 700 wives, 600 concubines. Man, I can't remember the doggone man's name. I haven't read the Bible so long.
Old Testament is the real testament. This New Testament, people can't really state that, and you got to go back to the old one because people be trying to take the Bible this, Bible that, but be talking about stuff from the New Testament. That's the King James version. The Old Testament was way different, man. Like
what they say is, okay, yes, we got the Old Testament, but the New Testament. What according to my pastor, you know, he always said that the Old Testament. I'm sorry. The New Testament is to enhance the Old Testament. Because, like, if you go back to the Old Testament, like the part where it says an eye for eye, tooth for tooth, you know, kind of thing. And then in the New Testament, it said if a man slaps you in the face, let him slap the other. Okay? So it was like an enhancement.
Well, look, bro. But listen. Who gave them niggas the authority to do that? The guy gave them the authority. And another thing, like I can understand that. That's accountable. But what about when they messed up the whole creation story about Eve coming from Adam? Adam going to a sleep and God taking the rib out and creating Eve. Like,
that story.
It says
that story.
I'm with Bro Sanchez on that. He turned that shit around on me, man. Because I was believing, like I said, I had that Christian mentality. But when Bro Sanchez broke that, I was like,
that's how I feel like.
But if you take that scripture though, right? Basically, all it's saying is man was on the planet before women, and we brought women here, and they need to be thankful and grateful.
No, I ain't say all that.
You crazy, 730. You really crazy. I really love you. I love you. I love how the way you operate and think. But right there is the literal. Trick. Yeah, but that thing is the trick.
No, women was made out the womb of a man. That's why they call womb man, woman.
No,
woman.
That's what. Listen. That's what the New Testament is saying. The Old Testament, God made them simultaneously.
Nah.
How? What scripture?
That's very wrong. Unless they change it again, bro.
Have you ever read the Old Testament?
In the Old Testament,
but quote the scripture though.
Yeah,
no. It says God put Adam to sleep, and when he was in a deep sleep, he took the rib out of man and made a woman because he needed a helpmeet. That's Old Testament, bro.
That's now this is very dangerous. This is very dangerous. This is very dangerous.
The older Bible
it says he made he. It says he made he them.
No, bro. No.
When
they came to Adam and Eve, before anybody else came, read. Look, go in Genesis. Just go in Genesis. Read matter of fact, it's in chapter 6. You'll see chapter 6 of Genesis, and it says God had put man to sleep in a deep sleep, of people, and he took the rib out of man. I understand
that, Mr. Darrell. Listen. Do you know there's mad different Bibles? Like even though the New Testament and the Old Testament, there's even a testament older than the Old Testament. Like you understand that, right?
Oh yeah. No doubt.
Like one of the older versions. And one of the older versions, way before the New Testament, you know, the New Testament is the newbie. They said that God took Eve. But in the Old Testament, they said that God made them simultaneously. And that's just something that people don't want to address because that's going to change everything.
That's right.
But you know what? But I remember Bro Sanchez said that that every human was made at the same time, like babies. There were teenagers, an old man, mid-age, woman, man, woman. was made at the same time.
That's what we saying.
Right.
We saying we saying it wasn't just no man here first. That's crazy as fuck.
Right.
It was just a man here first, according to the Bible. So I don't think it's crazy.
According to the Bible, but according to nature, it's not like that. If you see what you're
right.
No, according to nature, it is like that because man created nature. Nature didn't create man. Nature wouldn't be shit.
Wow.
If man didn't make it. Let's go.
Woo. Bro.
Can I drop something on y'all? I want to run this by y'all.
So are you saying nature? Go ahead.
I wanted to run this by y'all. You know what I'm saying? Because I think that this is important. I think I recognize something. If you type in the 7 deadly sins, right, you will see all of the sins, but there is none of the virtues. And then when I typed in the virtues, they showed me the sin. And I'm like, I didn't want to see the sin. I wanted to see all the virtues. But at the same time, they showed me the sin. So to me, what does that mean? Oh, every Sunday, these sins have been talked about. They make you focus on these sins, but no one focuses on these virtues. If we can name the virtues without looking on the computer, if anyone can do this, shouts out to you. You're going to pass this class. But if you can't do it without that computer right now, these virtues are very, I can't even explain how important, valuable, and it's like and these are 7 keys to pass this class. So if you don't have kindness, I don't know what else to tell you. If you don't have this charity, I don't know what else to tell you. If you don't have diligence, you know what I'm saying? Where in your craft that you are doing, whatever you are mastering with your craft, at times you will feel like, man, why am I doing this? Like, you know what I mean? You'll question yourself, but you gotta be diligent in your craft that you're mastering. You know what I'm saying? Like I've mastered coaching, been doing it for 20 something years. You know what I'm saying? And the result that happens when you master something, here comes the hate, here comes the jealousy, and it's not my fault. I'm just mastering my craft. You feel me? And then along with mastering, I've focused from the time I was born. I had these virtues, and I was always kind. I had the temperance. I had the charity. You know what I'm saying? And the chastity came later. You feel me? Because I had to knuckle down because I was using something as a weapon, and I was fully aware of what I was doing. You feel me? Because once I get you, I got you now. Do you know what I mean? So I understood that, and so now I had to walk very wisely. Do you feel me? And choose wisely, right? Because everyone here to me, just to me, fellas, everyone here, I mean, we're playing games. I love it when we play games with it, but everyone here listening, right? We got to be real with each other. You are part of the chosen. And this is why I like a Sanchez form, because he is the wise owl. He is the owl that makes that squawking noise, and everyone is going to come, and we draw near. And so now we are getting this, what can we say, like this awakening period. You feel me? Where it's, that there has to be a switch, and there has to be a switch soon, because we cannot, and we shall not. I can't picture leaving this world with our babies in this such a mess. You feel me? Like we all got children. You know what I'm saying? And we love our babies. So it's really up to us to make sure we can't leave this like this. You feel me? So we'll narrow this down, but I think to pass this class is these 7 virtues. You got to pass these 7 virtues. And then once you get that, bing, next class. Or you might have some.
Hey, Mr. T, what do you mean by virtues? Like, what do you mean? What's the virtue?
You know how like there's 7 deadly sins, right?
Yeah, like thou shalt not kill, thou shalt not steal, stuff like that.
Like the sloth, the gluttony, the greed.
Yeah.
Right? Now, on the flip side, because we live in duality, you feel me? On the flip side, you have the 7 virtues that make your life virtuous. You know how like they'll say patience is a virtue?
You know what? I never, I heard that for so many years, but I never bothered to study actually what virtue was.
I know.
I'm a dude.
I know, and this would trip me out because when I put it on my computer, right? And you can see it, like you can see it. Anybody would try it. You can just type in the sins, and then they'll give you all of the sins. You can even scroll. When you scroll down, you will not see not one virtue. But when I looked at the virtues,
so you think the virtue, the 7 virtues, right? Do you think that got something to do with the 7 chakras?
Oh, most definitely. This is what
that makes sense.
This is what Sanchez is breaking down to me. You feel me? Like this one blew my mind, saying that, like, hey man, we're stronger and higher than God and stronger than the devil. Yeah, because we got both sides working right now. You know what I'm saying? Because there's sometimes in these sins, you're going to feel lustful. Do you understand what I'm saying? You are going to be sometimes, I used to be fat back in the day, so I can understand people that's kind of obese. So, you know what I mean? The gluttony, you just want to eat your sorrows away. You feel me? Right? And what else is there? Envy.
Hey, bro, but don't mean to cut you off. But you know what? I'm like I said, you got me kind of going back into the Bible. But you know what? I think the virtues were told. I'm just not thinking about it because, but it's like in the book of Corinthians, somewhere around there. Because Paul did a lot of letters.
Check this out, though. Check this out. Take it away from the Bible and make it about who you are, this energetic thing in this simulation, like Sanchez was saying, right? These sins, the 7 sins would be our 7 sense bodies, like he say. And then the 7 virtues would be the vortexes. The virtues are the vertices or the vortex. So this is going back into the energetic shit. Go ahead. Yeah, go ahead. But I just wanted to bring it back to the energy, though. That's it.
Oh yeah, we was definitely gonna get back to that. But because the brother said that they never mentioned the 7 virtues, but I thought about it. I actually understood. I just got what he was talking about, and I had to go back. And I remember Paul and them was talking about about love. Love is patient, love is kind. All this stuff, and they got the joy. They talk about peace, and they talk about all that. But Paul's the one that explained it. But go ahead. I get the floor.
Yeah, see, because right now, what I meant was just looking in your computer. You feel me? And then when you type this in, it's clear as day when you say 7 virtues. Then click on images, and boom, right there, you're showing me the sin. Like, why do you want me to focus on the sin? Do you understand what I'm saying?
I see what you're saying. No, well, that's computer. Of course, the computer gonna do that. But yeah, I'm just saying. But in the biblical term, I'm trying to get off the Bible. But I'm just trying to talk. This brother right here just talking, y'all. So, but in the Bible, it does say what the virtues are, though. That's what I'm trying to tell you.
Oh, okay.
It's basically telling you the 7 chakras, the 7 ruling planets, the 7 days of the week. It all affects us.
Yeah, right. I think sin is the body, just like bro was saying, something like how the sin is the body, like the sin is the body. So it's basically telling you focus on, I guess, the light body and your physical body.
Right, the light, yeah. Because we're in the simulation, right?
Yeah, because
you know how I view everything. This is how I view everything. Okay, so the main part of me is at this North Pole, right? That's the main source, right? And so there's 7. So I'm one of the 7. You feel me? That has been projected out. It goes over an infinite amount of times here, right? But they say, okay, just the 7. So you are one of the 7. You know what I'm saying? And so out of the 7 yous that you dream about, you feel me? You always hop into one of your 7s, right? Who is the one going to be picked? I can even kind of associate this with the human race. You feel me? Who's going to race back to the center? And how do you get to the center? You know what I mean? With these 7 virtues. This is all one would need. And if you can master these 7, I think this is where, if you can master these 7, this is where the merge can happen. You feel me? Now this merge, right? Because I can I go deep with y'all? You know what I'm saying? Let me go deep with y'all, right? Right? Because this merge, because I have a strong feeling, because Elon Musk said something, man, and I don't like this dude. I don't like this dude at all. He's really evil to me. I don't care what anybody says. You feel me? But when he said that, hey, CERN might be trying to summon a demon. You know how they do with the pentagrams and all of that, with the music. You know what I'm saying? So now this is on a bigger scale, you feel me? That can actually bring something here, you know, and I understand something. So this merge, right, that one might experience, if you have these 7 keys, this merge with you and your higher self, hey, this becomes now real plausible to me now. You feel, if you've mastered these 7. Just as Sanchez said it, when Sanchez said, like, hey man, you know your stomach has a mind. Your sexuality, hey, that's a mind. Hey, your throat, that's a mind. And if you've mastering all of these minds within this one magnificent design, where this design here is by far one of the best, high-tech quantum, I don't care what, this is the best design. I think this is perfect. You know what I'm saying? For a soul to be here to experience. I mean, it's perfect. You feel me? And the ones that watch, the ones that are, I would like to call them everyone says the unseen ones. You feel me? The unseen ones. I mean, it's perfect. It's perfect because you think this is so real, and it is. But at the same time, I feel like it's really a test, like who is going to get to their higher self. You feel me?
Yeah,
and who is going to merge with this higher self?
The only
because
thing,
if anybody does, you know what I'm saying? I would say the only thing I could compare this to, you know, because if someone is planning something and this evilness is coming, you know, and this person that merges with themselves, I mean, you would now have the power of a star. And it would be very wise before you have this power of a star to master these 7.
Okay, so y'all, I'ma just build with the brother, right?
Yeah, go ahead.
I think I'm just coming back to the mic. Salutes to everybody on the panel. I think so. Look, man, salutes to that brother that was just cooking. That's what we here to do, man. Salutes to that. That was mine. That was powerful, right? So, I think the only thing real here is the electromagnetic energy field of the heart. So, like, let's say you playing a video game. The video game ain't real, but the one playing the game is real. So, even though you playing this fake thing called a game, what's real from that is the experience, right? So one thing that the real you and the fake game is bonded by is the real experience. Now, what I'm saying about that is the real experience is taking place in this electromagnetic field. But the vehicle that is using to experience is the body. Just like you would experience the game through the console, PlayStation, Xbox, whichever, you know what I mean? So, with all that being said, right, what only thing we take from this simulation is the experience. We don't take Mario or Luigi away when we turn the Nintendo off. We take the experience. So that's what I'm telling you. That's a good way to compare that to this whole life shit. Now look, when you playing video games, right? That experience translate the reality. For example, if you playing video games about dropping bombs and war video games, they literally use an Xbox controller when you join the Air Force to drop the bombs and shit with. Ain't that crazy?
That's crazy.
my that's what they do. Yeah.
Hey, bro, Sanchez, you coming in good, but you're a little choppy. I don't know if I was the only one that heard that.
Well, I'm gonna
just a little bit, yeah.
Well, drop a 1 if y'all can hear me good in the chat room. And
I mean, you just thought you underwater or something.
Underwater.
Yeah.
Hey, drop a 1 if y'all can hear me loud and clear. Drop a 2 if you can't. And I'm gonna go whatever they say gonna dictate how I'm gonna play it, cause I don't really know what to do. But yeah, y'all can have the mic.
We can hear you though. We can hear you clear, but it's just like an effect.
I'm gonna let y'all grab the mic though. I'm gonna go with the 1s, man. They said 1, so it might just be on y'all end, which is fine. Cause you said you can hear me clear, so we'll just
clear for me, man. You clear for me. You ain't talking.
Yeah, we'll push through it. We won't pay no attention. Go ahead though.
And you know, I'll add something else to this. You know what I mean? Like I said on OG's channel. You know, through my life here. You know, the very first time I ever experienced a deja vu. And there's only one way to experience this. I mean, forget whoever tells you different. You know what I'm saying? You have to, and you will dream about yourself in a future event. Come back, wake up, continue your walk of life, and then say, oh, I've been here before. Yeah. See, that was someone knocking on your door to let you know something. You feel me? And then I started asking all of my friends around me, hey, you ever did this? You ever did this? You ever did this? And everyone said, yeah, we do it. How come no one teaches anyone about this? Like, this is very weird to me. You know what I'm saying? Of how this just goes under the rug. And then when the first time I had a wet dream, like people.
What goes under the rug, brother?
You know, like this is not taught in school, like what the deja vu is and how to enhance or, you know what I'm saying, this deja vu capability. I think that is very strange. You know what I'm saying? With all of our schools of thought, no one teaches us how this operates. You feel me? And this is a side to us. This is a part of us. You feel me? That no one here can deny. You can't deny your wet dreams. It happened. It surely did happen. And see, that's this is the dual side to you. You got the physical and you got the non-physical. And Sanchez, when you dropped, I'm gonna tell you that when you dropped the electrical vein system, I said, bang, there it is. There it is, bang, there it is. There's no doubt about it now. You feel me? We have an electrical vein system that's attached to us, and it's water also involved here. Like how? How are we not exploding? You know what I'm saying? But like this creation, this design, I mean, it's brilliant. It's perfectly done in my view. You feel me? And so with this electricity that's running through your veins, and I think one of the ways is to unlock this thing is you just got to go within yourself. You know what I'm saying? And I'm trying real hard. You feel me? Because this is the only thing that I really kind of want in this life. I knew it early. You know what I'm saying? I knew it early when just looking around. I was just looking at people. I'm a second child. So all I did was observe. It was to just look at everyone. They didn't say anything. You know what I'm saying? My parents thought I was going to be retarded. They thought I was a mute. But I'm having a full-blown conversation in my mind's head. You feel me? And so I'm observing. And then I noticed that no one is focusing on the important things to me. Like, no one's not focusing. Like, hey, why we ain't talking about this? Why pastures?
Hey, brother.
Yeah.
Take a deep breath for me real quick.
For sure.
Namaste.
Oh, yeah, I'm in Cali, so it's hot right now.
Hey, brother, listen. We talking about them. We just ain't talking about them enough. And when everything you just brought up, we talk about it all the time on my channel. But we don't see other people doing it. And when you say why other people ain't doing it, it's because watch this, right? This kind of information ain't, like I said, you got the Billy Carsons, you got all of the red pip, you got the mainstream pseudo alien like shit going, bro. Like, we know the truth is a minority. Let me answer your question. In the Matrix, why was no one really talking about the shit that Morpheus was talking about? Because Morpheus came into the Matrix and he woke up Neo, and that was it. The people that was woke was small, but everybody in the Matrix was sleeping in a motherfucker, and it was people like, why ain't nobody talking about we in the Matrix? Because that's a minority group. You know what I come to realize, man? This shit will never be the majority. And with the law of polarity, right? You got to have a majority, you got to have a minority. And because the truth is so powerful, the way that nature evens the playing ground, she let the liars have more numbers than us. I know that sound unfair, but she's actually nice. That's actually equality. Think about it. You got the truth. Do you know how powerful that is? So nature say, I gotta even this shit out. They got the truth, right? We got to give the people with the lie more people then, since they got the truth, to even this shit out, because that truth so damn deadly. Think about it. It's like Bruce Lee fighting a crowd of 20 niggas, and he dropped just boop, 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 knocking them all. The director is saying, Bruce Lee is so lethal, I got to put 20 niggas in front of him, because one nigga is the show over quick. Boop, is over. So when you understand that, like, the truth, what we got is so powerful, bro, I don't lose no debates, man. I will ridicule, and anybody that try to debate this truth I got and y'all see it, I make them look like a fool. So it got to be a lot of people for nature to say, wait a minute, Sanchez, that ain't right. Like, you got the truth, but they got, well, let's even this out and give them the motherfucking numbers then. This is just the law of polarity. This is just the law. This is equality and ma'at, the law of ma'at, real talk, to where the smallest universes are the heaviest, but the largest universes are the lightest. So that's nature saying, look, y'all bigger than a motherfucker. So we gonna make you a gas giant. And them little bitty worlds, well, then we'll give them weight on y'all then, since they small, so everything will be balanced. But we don't see the balance, though. We just think it ain't fair. Why nature doing this? Nature being fair, dude. You're lethal. You have the fucking truth. Do you know how unfair it'd be for her to even out the numbers? It'll be equal niggas with the lie versus the truth. That'll be just slaughter. Nature being fair, man. Y'all just gotta realize how lethal you are with this truth.
I totally agree. I totally agree with that comment. You know, and it's almost like saying the people I see on TV and all the stardom that they get, and all the attention, you know, and all the fame. You know, these are the wicked ones in essence.
Because you got to think, it's celebrities that rock with this community. Name a celebrity. We done had them all on our shit. You know, we that's what I'm saying. All the flat earth communities can't say that, but what I'm saying is this, bro, because like you see, like, man, like the approach that we got with this shit is, nigga, it be motherfuckers from this flat power shit that'll go to a whole channel with globalists on it, swinging they sword dolo. They will make a fucking impact. And even though they bullied and ganged up on, at the end of the day, the people in the audience will be like, damn, who was that nigga? Where his community at? And it's just like this elite community where, nigga, we may be outnumbered, but boy, do we shine when we show up, though. You know what I'm saying? Like, you could be with a crowd of dummies, or you can be part of this little outstanding group that just show you that them niggas you following is dummies, be. Like, and it's effortless when I debate them and make your teacher, your guru, look like a son. Who the fuck is that? Wow. The nigga I looked up to for years, he just embarrassed the shit out of him with logic and reasoning. Where they community at? Telling you, man.
Yeah, I can't. The common sense that you bring to the table, I have to admit, when I first heard you, what was that, 5 years ago, right? And at this point in my life, NASA was God. Everything that NASA said, this is valid. And when you hit me with this common sense, bro, I just was like, oh my God, I've been a fool. Then I did my 6 months of studying this thing. You feel me? And then came to the absolute truth that I know. I threw the B word out, and I advise everyone to throw your B words out. It's so imperative to know. You don't believe you can tie your shoe. You can tie your shoe. You move different when you know something. You feel what I'm saying? And so with that knowing, and I thank you, Sanchez, for real. And I know this is you're a special dude. You feel me? Because you have brought everyone around. You know what I mean? And to me, your animal guide, and that's connected to you, is that owl. And the owl's always wise with 360-degree vision. Because for some things that you say, it's like, how do you know that, bro, without really experiencing something?
He always got an owl behind him too. That's crazy. He always got an owl behind him in the back.
Oh yeah. See, this is something I know also. You feel me? That everyone has an animal connected to you. Whether you know it or not, you act like it, you move like it, you think like it. You feel me? And then you got to conquer this animal. Some people call it ego and all of that. Yeah.
Y'all want to talk about this owl? I'm fascinated with owls. I ain't gonna lie. Out of every bird on this earth, if I was a bird, I would be an owl. I think that owls are. Let's pull up some pic. These motherfuckers are beautiful. Look at this bird.
I'll be a woodpecker.
Bro, I would have to be an owl. Look at this pretty motherfucker. And he fly at night. The owl is so goddamn smart. He planned out his whole approach from before he leave a tree. He know how he gonna get you, how you gonna die, how you gonna squeal. You can't escape. It's like prophecy being fulfilled. you can't escape it like Christ on that cross, nigga, when he planned it out. It's so orchestrated that he don't take a lot of time chasing and going at you again. He's a planner. He's a chess player, and he'll sit in that tree unnoticed, and you don't even know he done plotted your whole death out and planned your fate. Go and study the owl, and you'll see why I got this owl behind me. Boy, I love them, boy. They got y'all looking up to the eagle and shit. Boy, that eagle but go look up that owl.
That's right, bro. That's what made me think about it. Like he was saying that you were like when you was away, he was saying how you the wise owl. You feel me? And like you bring in the chosen ones. You feel me? And then I said it's funny because he subconsciously probably got that owl behind him, but deep down inside is probably a meaning. Like you probably is really.
I know he is. I know he is.
The owl was always portrayed as a librarian or as a wise owl. Why do you think that? Because the owl is one of the most intelligent beings, especially birds. That's right. Yeah. And then the face of it. Sanchez been winning deep in with this always, bro, all the time. But look at the face, man. You see the symbolism in the face? That's a toroidal field.
Y'all remember that popsicle commercial with the owl? Right. He had the graduation cap?
Yeah. The center, how many licks do it take to get to the center of a toroidal field?
Oh, that was fire. That was fire.
And look, some say like there's 3 levels to your soul. You feel me? And one of this level is to find out what animal you're connected to. You know, what animal in nature you are like. Because once you understand that, identify that, then now you can control the animal within you. Which brings me to my virtues. You know what I'm saying? These keys right here. You feel me? Because you can have a virtuous life if you have these with you.
It's a reason why Drake got that owl symbol, right? And if you look at what ovo is, right, it's the face of the owl. Because if you look at the face of the owl, you got OVO with the 2 eyes and the nose. You see it? OVO, yep. OVO. So like I said, it's sacred geometry. But what I like about the owl, if you look at the face of the owl, right? Let's zoom in on his face. Now look at this. Now let's look at the Taurus field. The owl's face is your soul body. So let me explain something to you why I like the owl. The shape of the physical owl is the shape of your spiritual soul. So it's certain animals in nature, their sacred geometry shapes like how your soul look. But you look at yourself in the mirror as a human and you see no connection with the owl. This is why certain cultures like the Egyptians and different people had zootites. They personified spiritual things with animals, but it became corrupted like minotaur, centaur, shit like that. But see, the thing is this right here. We do it today and we don't even know it. If a nigga shiesty as fuck, we say he a snake. If a nigga ratting and snitching, we say he a rat. If a nigga goddamn, we use animals to explain human spirit behavior.
And then when the male cheat, you like you a dog, like you a cheat.
You see what I'm saying? Yeah. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I feel you 1,000% on that. That's some real stuff.
Yeah. I gotta feel you on that, Sanchez, because this might sound wild, but I had my ex-girlfriend, I had told her she was touching on me and stuff. I was like, I'm chilling right now, I'm chilling. And then I ended up telling her, I'm like, yo, I sometimes feel like I'm a cat. Like, I don't want to be touched or bothered sometimes, but when I want to be bothered, I'll be bothered. And it was just a trippy moment, man. And because that's how cats act. They act like they want to be bothered sometimes, and then they don't.
Let me tell you something about my cats out there. You know, feel me? Like, there's a bad thing been said about my cats, especially the black ones. But
I love cats.
I love cats. I've had cats all my life, right? And I had my lucid dream showing me my animal spirit, which was kind of neat. It showed my brothers, right? And so with that, I would say this: whenever you see a cat and they cross your path, right? Pause for a minute, and if you can find another way to get to your destination, go that way. Because what the cat just did for you is to let you know that, hey man, if you cross me right now, there's some energies right here you don't want to mess with. So go the other way. You feel me? Because on my venture here, I'm trying to figure out something.
You made me think about something. See, I'm from the South, right? If me and you walking down the sidewalk and all of us go this way through the pole and you go the other way through the pole, we will make you turn around and walk around and go the way we went, because that's bad luck if you split the pole. Who know about that? Like, if we walking down...
we got that up here in Detroit, too.
You see what I'm saying? And then we also got this thing where, let's say all of us walking down the street and a black cat cross your path, we going a whole nother way. Because that's
I'll
bad
go straight
luck.
to them. So, I love black cats
that's
now.
That's messed up, man. Black cats' lives matter.
Oh, seriously.
You're right. You're right. And we don't do that with the white cat. That's a good point. Hey, but but the brother
Buddy said, don't go to the cat, like go in a different direction. I literally I'm working with Amazon right now. I just delivered a package, man. The cat scared, like it made me notice him. And then I was like, oh shit, you just gave yourself up. But then I was like, let me just get on and get up out of here. I ain't bothered or nothing.
And I said this on OG's channel, right? And this has really shocked me completely. It's changed so much for me. You feel me? Where I didn't notice, I wasn't paying attention at all. You feel me? And the animals that come to you, and this is how you will know, people, everyone. This is how you will know when your vibration is changing. You know what I'm saying? Nature now it comes to you. And they will no longer be afraid of you. You know what I'm saying? Especially when you cut down the meats and all of that, your vibration is changing, and they sense that. You feel me? And it's crazy, yo. And when you do see these animals, whenever one just comes to you, whatever one presents, because this is someone trying to talk to you.
But listen,
You feel
I'm
me?
gonna tell you something.
Whatever,
I got a lot of New York folks in the chat room that's like, bro, that ain't true. Cats cross my path every day in NY and don't shit happen to me. Guess what I'm gonna say? That's the balance, right? It's a lot of superstitions in the South, and that's the real pseudoscience. Now, to niggas in New York don't care about splitting poles, black cats crossing the path. And I will say, well, yeah, they right about that, and that's where the South kind of still be, onto the little voodoo, little pseudo type shit.
Yeah, hey, yo, bro, I'm a New York nigga, right? I was born in NC, but I was raised up here for like 20-some years, right? I'm gonna tell you why they feel that way. Because niggas used to negative shit anyway. So if a black cat crossed them, it's
okay. Go ahead, bro. Goddamn, though. I would have expected that. Go ahead, though. Hold up, go ahead.
Nah, like I have to throw that in there, bro. It's facts. Like niggas negative, niggas soaking negativity all day. So it's like just like if like you so funky, you haven't washed in so many months, nigga. Like you don't even know you stink. Because you could, you know what I mean? Because you've been stinking for so long. Like you've been around a bunch of funky niggas that can't tell you they funky too.
That nigga said, nigga in New York said, nigga, fuck that black cat. Like, how negative can it be, motherfucker? Shit, like, nigga,
hey, New York is the Big Apple.
Yeah, okay, yeah.
New York is the Big Apple. A lot of evil shit that go there, man.
Damn, shit, a lot of crazy things go down here in LA, man. Like, I really still can't believe what I'm witnessing sometimes. Like, it's crazy. Sometimes brothers feel like they're stuck inside a box. Like, you don't want to expand your horizon out here, right? And I tell you, the mindset when authority comes around, I've never seen so much. Okay, adjusting, fix everything, make sure everything's right. And it's just like the fear that comes over some of my LA brothers, man. And I feel this, man, and it's really messed up what they've done. You feel me? And so hopefully, man, we've got to get this parasite out. Hopefully, you know what I mean. This is my mantra here. We will change this place for the better. You know what I mean? We can't leave this. We can't leave it like this. You feel me? I think what Sanchez has brought to the table is this. We have to restore what was taken before. You know what I'm saying? To knock her off her throne, yo. You know what I mean? Every time that I think about that, the Apple story, and it's been presented to these two children. One ego is getting boosted here, and this little girl is being tore down. And I know everyone that has daughters, you don't want your baby feeling like that. This is the power of this book here. You know what I mean? It's very powerful. And so, like someone said, whoever said it, it's like a tech book. Yes, it's almost a tech book. These are master writers here, masters. And these master writers are masters of deception and confusion. And so decoding and synchronizing, I wasn't aware of this, Sanchez. I really wasn't aware. Right? But when you've done that, when you did that, you know, my eyes have been like, now I can see sacred geometry. Like it's crazy. I can see it now. I totally see what you've done to activate my eye. I can tell you that much. I've even found something else. Go look at the Cactus Cooler soda thing. And right there, you'll see everything. You'll see flat earth, you see the sun, and all of that's crazy. You know what I'm saying? But thank you. This is the thanks I'm giving, you know what I'm saying? Because I'm on a mission here too, Sanchez. You feel me?
Hey, watch this though, right? Watch this. Somebody in the chat room keeps spamming me up, right? I was trying to ignore it, right? They talking about how Unc over there with a challenge. My thing is, I'm ignoring them dudes because we drop our link over here all the time and they never pull up. and then I go to they shit and pull up, and they don't even let my community on the shit. They just gang up on me. Cause it be folks be like, bro, I tried to get on and even it out. They wouldn't let me on and shit. Nigga, we let them on and all they entourage on our shit, bro. They don't play fair, so I ain't fuck that shit, man.
I think that's not funny. There's something funny about that.
I think you gotta just let them know, like, look, when y'all come over here, everybody, your whole entourage can come on. If I come on y'all shit, you gotta let a few of my people on, or I won't come.
But yo, a lot of globalists, man, think we're stupid. Like they think they're so smart. Like when we come with our common sense, now they think it's so stupid. They can't see. They simply can't. But some will see.
That means you're not doing your job. You're not doing your job.
No, it ain't that, bro. I mean, there's a lot of ignorant globalists. I mean, I be doing them almost every day.
I'm not like putting you down. I'm just saying what we all should be saying.
No. I got you. No, but I'm saying I deal with them like almost every day. I'm battling like almost every day, and they just, they just believe what they believe, man.
Well, I can tell you this, brothers. I can tell you this that about this whole thing over there. You feel me? Are we all aware that Brother Polite is the youngest Grand Master ever in their history?
But he don't want the smoke neither. Look, that man been running for me for so long, bro. I put an old video up that we had up 5 years ago on Flat Power. We been trying to set that. See, niggas saying, well, you can't debate him now because of the case, right? But before all of that, we was trying to debate him. And I put who on Flat Power subscribe? I got the clip up, the short over there on Flat Power to back me. Matter of fact, let me pull my Flat Power clip up. Go ahead, bro. I'm gonna pull this up.
Yes, like Sanchez, I tell you this much, right? Like you don't remember our conversation. This is the first time I traveled cross country. I had to, I was going through the death of my brother, and it was random thoughts, and it was and this conversation that we were having back then. When you exposed something, you exposed about these secret orders. You feel me? And how they operate and how they are color coded. And you was talking about the juice, and this was one of the best conversations I've had, because it was like, damn, I can actually talk to someone who's very knowledgeable on things. You feel me? And then when you gave a description of the background, like look at their houses or wherever they're at, look at the background. So when I saw Kwame Brown out the gate, I looked in the background and I saw the black and red, and I said, I don't trust you.
Watch this, y'all.
Debate this brother on the flat earth. I don't want to sound condescending, but nor do I want to sound like I don't have confidence in black people. This is what I want to tell you. I don't mind debating our people, but I don't, and this is not to speak to that brother that you just asked me about. I don't know him personally, and I don't think I ever had a conversation with him. I doubt I did. So what I want to say is, when I do conduct my next debate, it has to be people who have a decent following. Doesn't have to be as large as mine, but I would like to know that I'm debating somebody who has consistent income. And I said this before, and people thought
okay, so first you gotta have a big following. Next, you gotta have consistent income. Okay, this shit sound like an application for the feds, don't it? So my thing is, you got to be 7'5". You got to have a consistent income, right? You got to fucking have 300,000 subscribers. You got to been landed on the moon. You got to been swam the Marianas Trench, and all of this old shit for he'll debate you, bro. You know what I'm saying?
And what's he talking about? The young phenom. That's how you made your name. You debated everyone.
Oh my God.
This is crazy.
He's scared.
I'm gonna tell you what else is crazy. I'm gonna tell you what else is crazy.
When a homeless person got consistent income, it may not be much, but they get something. Damn.
Oh shit.
You know what's sad?
That was way before all of this shit. Yeah, go ahead.
Yeah, these questions that we're asking you, bro, like I was even getting offended with these questioning. And like, you know, I kind of pride myself on this intelligence here. My bloodline does. You feel me? And so when you come, like how SETI came back, and I remember the debate with SETI, and then SETI bought the NASA stuff. I was so disappointed. You know what I'm saying? I was disappointed. I thought you was this comedic Egyptian thing, and you bringing NASA into the thing. How they do that? And so all of these questions that were directed to you, it was just like you're coming with this Western world of thinking, like it's really sad and disgusting, but this is what gate guards do.
Hey, bro, Sanchez. Hey, I hope you're done. I didn't mean to cut you off.
No,
hey, bro, Sanchez, I got a question. Yo, so do you think Billy Carson is looking at half your shit and then he combine it with the shit that he knows?
This is fucking facts. Bro, let me tell you something, bro. Let me tell you.
I've been noticing that, man.
I'm finna prove it. I ain't gonna just say it. I'm about to prove this shit right now. Watch this. Cause I'm glad you brought that up. That's why I fucks with Daryl, man. Daryl, you be peeping shit, bro.
I had to learn something.
But you be peeping shit, bro. Bro, you peeping this shit.
I be watching everything. I'm like, no, bro, Sanchez said that. No.
Watch this, man. Y'all think that Daryl is capping. I'm going to show y'all why y'all in the best community on YouTube and this shit going on. But we growing grassroots, though. Look. You talk, this is Billy Carson channel here. Now, look at here, right? This dude here, the average person, I swear to God, this dude, he know that I got the 5 topics. Now, watch this. I'm going to prove my point. Let's do this.
I've been seeing this too, Sanchez. There's 19 keys. I've been seeing this guy, man.
He been stealing my topics and shit, man.
Yeah.
I know he.
Now look, watch this, y'all. Look at this shit. Now look. 9 months ago, I made a video called Chop, Screw, Trapped, and Drill: The History of Demon Time and Demonology in Black Music. That's me 9 months ago. Right after I did this video, guess what, y'all? This dude made this shit, Demon Time, and the freak. Look,
man,
no cap, bro. Listen, bro. Listen. Watch this though. The dates don't lie. Look, my shit was 9 months ago. Look, his shit is what? 8 months ago. So a month after I did my shit.
Oh, he did it right after you.
Right after me. Now watch this. Not only did he take the demon time shit, but the frequency of the music is what I was talking about, the cymatics and shit. Look, so, and look, I'm not mad at him because look, if I'm saying something on my channel that I think the people need to hear to wake them up, then everybody need to share it and do it. So that'll be wrong of me to be like, well, he putting the truth out, but my thing is
That's
lack
true.
of here's where it get wrong, Daryl. You don't invite a nigga like me on your shit when we know you secretly getting your shit from me.
Nah, but why do they don't like you like that, bro? Sanchez, they talking about the same subject. That's crazy.
Because look, I'm gonna tell you, bro. If
it's clear that Sanchez has tapped into the Akashic record, and they scared of that. They scared of that shit.
That shit crazy though. Like,
but they're on the same wavelength though.
Not for real. Let me tell you something.
Hold on. You're right. I'm sorry.
Let me break something down to you. Here's just give me a minute, y'all. Everybody, give me like a minute. I'm finna break something down to y'all. This is called the corporatization of consciousness content. So with these guys, if you ain't an author that can land back on a landing page like a book, or if there's no way to economize your message, we not fucking with you, dude. You just a dude talking. How we gonna make money from that? Now, if we can take what you saying and and present it in a way to the people where we can monetize it, then we can do it without you. Because the only way we would need you anyway is if that you had something that was so exclusive, we would, well, now we got to hit this nigga up, do an interview with him because he got, you see what I'm saying? But my thing is this, if we can just if we can plagiarize your shit, then fuck you. So my thing is this right here. What you got going on in the conscious community, look at what the channel is called, Earn Your Leisure. It's not about you liberating your soul. At the end of the day, no matter what you talking about, if you don't have a way to make it tie into economics and finances, we're not fucking with you. Because the new religion is prosperity preaching. That no matter what you teaching, how can that better your people? And when they say that, how can it put money in their pocket? In other words, how can we capitalize off it? And we now doubling down on the capitalist system now. When the spirituality realm was a realm that was based upon, look, this wasn't nothing that I can put a price on. This the knowledge everybody, when they talk about the nonprofit organizations, right? This was the knowledge that we did as a moral effort so that every being born on this earth would know the truth that can liberate them. But what we got now is everybody getting indoctrinated. And what it is if you at the bottom of society, they say, well, it's your fault, man. It's because the reason they make this your fault is to say, well, you're not in a Bitcoin. You're not in a crypto. You're not into this. It's so many ways for a black man to make money. What you doing? You ain't got no reason being broke. But now check this out, the doggone prosperity. Now look, I'm making my money. I'm a black man that's doing pretty good for myself. Now I'm going to take the pretty off of it. I'm doing good for myself. I'm trying to do pretty good. But check this out, y'all. The thing about this is, it's just not what they telling y'all it is. Like, it's the equivalent of you got this prosperity preacher saying, if you tithe more, then God will bless you with a mansion. You see your pastor driving in a private jet, your pastor living in a mansion. God ain't gonna bless you with no mansion, because every time you come in here, you in a bad mood, your spirit turned up, you're mad at the world, and the pastor is fucking making it like God ain't blessing you, because you fucking experiencing normal human behavior like, shit, pastor, I work every fucking day, pastor, you don't. Shit, you just collecting tithes, nigga. And you is mad when we don't tithe, nigga. So think about that. So the pastor sit there and be self-righteous or tell folk that it's the same thing in the black conscious community. Well, I'm telling you, Billy Carson was a grifter who scammed his way into a millionaire seat. And a lot of black men respect that. Why? Because we grew up looking at Scarface. We don't care how the fuck you get to the top, long as you get to the top, nigga. Right, we don't care how you get to the top, nigga. Right. Nino Brown was our idol and shit.
And I tell you, man, they done a very, I hate saying this, man, but they've done a brilliant job here. I can't deny what you've done. You know what I'm saying? You have exited and made sure that anyone that speaks the truth or brings some type of enlightenment to the table, you have made it where people will say, no, you're wrong, and all of that, and you'll be ridiculed, you'll be ostracized, you will be kicked out of churches and all of that for bringing the truth to the table. And it's one thing I've learned through this whole conscious community, because I've been here for a while. SETI, when SETI hit the scene, I mean, he blew up the water. Like, it was like, whoa, well, this fire energy is coming with facts. You know what I'm saying? So I've been from that point, you know what I'm saying, where he entered. I've been here, been watching, I've been listening, and to come to find out that you are a gate guard now. Like, you know what I mean? Ashwick Kwesi basically initiated you into the Black Freemasonry thing here. And I'm like, oh my God, no, you've infiltrated. This might have been from the beginning, the plan. Do you know what I'm saying here? You feel me? Because they are masters at deception and confusion. No one can top their mastery in that department to me. And so everything is backwards. Everything is in reverse. We all used to say, God the Father, God the Father. No, it's not God the Father, it's God the Mother. See, everything's in reverse. You feel me? And I'll land it right there.
Hey, how you doing, Brother Sanchez?
How you doing, Chino? Look, this is what we gonna do, y'all. I'm gonna let everybody that haven't speak because I want to hear from. I don't want to keep them waiting. Go ahead, Chino. You got it.
Yeah, I was saying for you to challenge John because he be talking crazy. He be talking crazy over there, man. For real, I be getting tight when he be talking, but he don't even know what he be looking sometimes in your videos and he do a little bit and then he goes in over there making a lot of nonsense and a lot of I call it buffoonery. You know what I'm saying? Because sometimes you be going out there, but I hear what you're saying. I research or whatever not. You know what I'm saying? But he just straight science. You know what I'm saying? I appreciate you because you put me into flattery. When I heard you at the first, when I heard you at first, I said, "What the hell this dude is talking about, man?" Because like you be saying about the indoctrination and all this craziness. You know what I'm saying? Because I ran to this community by Sinetta, you know what I'm saying? By Sadie and all these people, you know what I'm saying? Yeah. I'm Dominican myself and I'm from New York, you know what I'm saying? So I walked up that side, but it's like it's a lot of egos in this, you know what I'm saying? It's information. If it's not for you, keep it pushing. So what? Let him do what he want to do. If he's sued or if it's for you, it's for you, you know what I'm saying? Yeah, but man. You gotta go whip him. You gotta go do, you know what I'm saying? You gotta go. You gotta go do it.
I am, bro. I ain't gonna take my foot off their neck. You already know, man.
You know?
Hey, bro,
I like to joke about it. I like to joke, Billy.
Y'all. Hey, I got a break, man. But it was nice chatting with y'all, man.
Yeah, you know, I gotta make a run too. I hate to because this was getting fire, but hey, salutes, say 70-30 salutes, bro. Julius Palmer. Greetings. What's good, brother? Greetings, whatever. Hey, just join the next one, my brother. We gonna get it in. Ed Vance. Ed, you at work, bro? Yeah, I can see it, man. He always getting that bad, boy. Salute.
I appreciate you for letting me come on the live, man.
Oh yeah, anytime, Julius, for real, man. That's how we do
definitely.
it, man.
My brother put me hip to your channel, man. I've been hooked ever since.
Man, bro, I wanna give a salute to your brother because he put you in the right place because he must have know you be on this shit that we be on. He was like, yeah, bro, gonna love this shit.
Off top, yeah, bro.
And that's why I be dropping my link,
all right,
man.
Y'all, much love, y'all.
Hey, much love, man. Salute to you. I'm gonna see y'all on the next one, man. We might be on Flat Power on the next one, accepting Globe Earth debates. So be on the lookout, y'all. I'm trying to crank it up on these other channels. Sir. Peace and love.
And thank you, Sanchez. Thank you, brother. Hey. Thank you for bringing this platform. This is so much needed. You know what I'm saying? And whether you believe me or not, anyone here. Right? Trust me. Hey, there is something inside of all of us here, you feel me, that they do not want awakened. And by Sanchez doing this is divine here. That's the only way I see it. You feel me? I've never met a person that can bring everyone around like this. You feel me? This is our TED Talks. In other words.
Yeah, that's what I want it to be too, bro. And it's coming and it's growing too. And everybody that clicked the link, bro, I'm telling you, I appreciate y'all. Cause look, that's what that TED Talk shit is. We bring everybody in different. We got our New York brothers. Look, Chino on here. We got everybody coming on this joint, man, and we dropping jewels from different angles, and we ain't even motherfucking hating on the Nets, man. If somebody want to bring the smoke to somebody now, we gonna allow that, but if not, then we build like we do now. See, we just flexible like that, and that shit works, see? Appreciate y'all, man. though, for real. And yeah, see y'all on the next one, my brothers and sisters, for sure. Hey, thank y'all for the donations. If you didn't donate, click that link on the top. I got it pinned. Salutes to my people in NY too. I can't stress that enough, right? Because I be going in on my New York people. And they know why. But check it out. They know I be part of this shit is me trolling too. But peace and much love, y'all, man. It's always fun and a pleasure. Thank